Yes.
What's up, my friends? This is Francisco Lindor.
This is Devin Williams.
This is Luke Weaver.
Bo Bichette here. You're listening to the home of New York Mets baseball.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin.
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
He just described the Ivory Coast as the Miami of Africa, and that's where he was. He is Bart Scott, and he is back. It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. Listen, Maggie and I were talking about this last week. I've never known somebody who knows how to live life more, and there will be, on your deathbed, you might be one of the few people ever who will not have a regret.
Correct.
I should have done X. No, I did that.
Bart died because he was tired. I'm done here. I've seen everything I need to see.
Exactly. You are not going to leave this life having thought, you know what? I didn't do this. Damn.
I made a decision. I made a decision maybe COVID that I wasn't going to be afraid to live, that I had to live and not exist, that I wasn't going to get caught up in the hamster wheel of life. Because when you start traveling abroad, you start realizing that in America, we have it backwards. We live to work. In every other country, they work to live. I remember one time going to St. Bart's. The dude showed up at 9 o'clock. The dude took lunch at 12 o'clock. I'm like, all right, bet. Lunch, half an hour. No. It's a 3-hour lunch. I say, what in the hell? Bro, hold on. So you come to work for 3 hours, and you get 3 hours off. And then they come back at 3, and then they're done at 5. I say, what? You get paid a whole day for 5? Well, we get paid for 3 hours work. But you know what I'm saying. This was domesticated work. This wasn't high-profile radio ESPN. Dude was working at Hermes.
I've got to hear about this trip. I've got to hear about this trip.
Well, it was humbling.
So you went, first of all, for those who don't know, you went to Africa.
Correct.
And you went to several different countries in Africa.
Senegal, Nigeria, Ivory Coast, and then my layover day was like Paris.
Which looked like you got the most out of Paris, too. Again, follow Bart on IG. You'll know.
I squeezed every drop out of Paris.
Here, if I could just share this, from Sunday night, I look on Instagram, and there's Bart, and it says posted 1 hour ago. And it's like people partying in the middle of a restaurant. And Bart says, "When in Paris."
Yeah, man.
And I texted John, and I'm like, I don't think he's back tomorrow. I'm like, maybe he's posting this from the plane after the fact, but I don't think he's back tomorrow. It doesn't look like it to me.
Oh, man. And what I didn't know is that a flight to Africa, I always assumed was like 14 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours. No. 650 with that tailwind.
Really?
I say, hold up. I could be in Africa or I could be in Arizona or Utah. Yeah, I think I'm going to go to Africa, man. Now, coming back is a different thing because you got the headwind, so it was like 7.5. But West Africa, and like they lie to you, man. You think like over there, they think, oh, everybody living in mud huts, and it's parts where it's like impoverished. But hell, I can go to the projects and show you that in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Or I can go to the projects and show you that, anywhere. But I mean, you talk about oil money over there, a lot of the resources over there. My buddy, I'm like, hold up, how much do you make? Because he has a house in Nigeria and he has a house in Chicago. I said, man, hold up, I need to holler at you. Yemi, what you doing? So I had my buddy over there who was a great guy. Shout out to Yemi. But it was humbling, it was spiritual, and it was fun all at the same time. Right? Going to Senegal, a lot of culture. Went to the Pink Lake, which is one of I think supplies like 20% of the world's salt. And it's like they call it the Pink Lake because the color of the lake is pink.
Right.
And they don't let industrial people come in and mine it. But if you're a person, you can come in there and mine it and pick up salt and sell it. But you just have to give the reserve, I think like 10% of what you pull out. And so they turn it into shea butter. They turn it into like table salt. They turn it into salt to get rid of snow. But the thing is, like, it's like the Dead Sea. Nothing lives in it because it's so salty, and you can float in it, which my friend did it, but he realized that when he stood up, because they go around with like one of those big sticks and pushes the canoe, it cut his ass up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because like he stood up. And
Yeah.
like all the little things are as sharp as hell.
Cut your feet.
Yeah, I was like, I'll watch you, bro. You go ahead, have a great time.
Yeah.
You know, he wanted to be connected with the earth. I didn't want to be connected with Africa that well. Went to the slave ports, which was humbling as well. There in Ghana, it's like two of the most famous places during the slave trade. While I was over there, Ghana declared the United Nations declare slavery as the gravest act against humanity. So that was good that was set up, in Ghana and stuff like that. Oddly enough, the three countries that abstained from it was British, of course, the original colonizers, America, and Argentina. So that was something that happened, which was huge in world news, but really huge for Africa over there to have that acknowledged. And then just went over there. They're making a Star Island because I went over there part for investment. My buddy that I went over there with works for Goldman Sachs, and he's into commercial real estate. So we went and looked at they're making a Star Island. They made an island, and also they
When you say Star Island, you mean like Star Island in Miami?
Yeah,
Where
and
Star
like
Island
Dubai,
in Miami.
and like Palm,
for those who don't know, it's basically all the rich stars. Pat Riley lives on Star Island in Miami.
Right. So they're creating a man-made island, right? It's big for investment. Actually, the biggest embassy that America is going to have is going to be in Africa. It's going to be in Nigeria. And it's a huge development, probably going to be like $50 billion worth of investment of this island that they made with this crazy technology. They have this crazy technology that they do to make sure that the land doesn't erode. So did that, met with some investors and some people there. And then went over to Nigeria. They have a public stadium that they're looking to kind of have reinvested because they built a new stadium. So trying to figure out how you could invest in that to make a new stadium, maybe to host the World Cup or host the Olympics or all that type of stuff. So, all that stuff's in my IG story. We'll probably put some stuff together. We had a crew with us that were following us to kind of talk about that. I was over there with Dante Stallworth. Another guy that played in the league was supposed to be over there, but he never showed up. He couldn't get into the country. Nigeria makes it tough. Like you think,
Dante couldn't get into Nigeria?
Nah, Dante and somebody else.
Oh, wow.
Dante's a little slow when it comes to like doing things on time. Yeah, he's one of those friends. So he got stuck in Senegal because you don't need one for Senegal. Then he met us in Ivory Coast
Because you needed the shot for malaria.
No, he had no. We got all our shots.
Oh, okay.
No. Allegedly, somebody on
visa?
the trip, visa.
Yeah.
Allegedly, somebody on the trip may or may not have got bit by the wrong mosquito. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I took my malaria pill this morning because you have to take it 7 days after you get back.
Oh, okay.
And they're little bitty mosquitoes too. It ain't like a big mosquito. You got a big day, but they carry the disease. So
yeah.
One thing my doctor told me, he said, "Listen, don't eat no ice." He said, "When you're over there too," he said, "like you're gonna see cut fruit and stuff like that. Nah, if you don't peel it, stuff that's sit out there because they wash it with water." And if they wash it with water, it could have something in it. You know what I mean? They tell you that when you go to Mexico and stuff like that too, because our bodies aren't used to the parasites and the bacteria that they're used to. Because my guy love fish. Oh man, where can I get some fish? I was like, wrong trip to be talking about you also. Yeah, tuna tartar my ass. Yeah. You had the poopsies. What's that? Yeah, you got bandit interruption, diarrhea. That commercial, you don't want that, brother. Because my doctor straight up gave me these pills. He's like, listen, it's this thing called traveler's diarrhea.
Yeah.
Now, if you start drip dropping, take 2 of these and then take 2 more. You got to take them for 3 days. And if it don't stop, go to the hospital.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I was out there nervous.
Yeah.
They're nervous.
That'll make you nervous, absolutely.
But I mean, I'm talking about I was on some of the most beautiful beaches and lakes and stuff like that. But really it was about being connected with my people. And, people will come up to me and say, I think you're Benin. See, my buddy's Nigerian, but he's never been there before. So they can see that, you're from the Igbo tribe. And it's crazy how they can look at you and tell you who you are and where you're from without knowing you. So I'm going to go do some AfricanAncestry.com because I'm curious. Like, hey, am I Benin? I didn't even know what Benin was. I never even heard of the country Benin. But apparently Benin is right next to Nigeria, in between Ghana. So maybe I'm Benin.
What about the stuff that wasn't on the IG stories?
Oh, no, it was a party. Oh, it's a party now. No, it may not be on my IG story, but it's in my phone. That's for damn sure. You try to get me cut.
Listen, no. Listen,
but no, it ran into.
I understand that
ran into Burner Boy. We gonna play some Burner Boy because he don't know who Burner Boy is. He only the biggest star over there.
What would I know?
How would I know? Boy, you heard.
When you say Burner Boy, I think you're talking about Kevin Durant.
Yeah, so we was at the club, Burner Boy, so because he's from Nigeria, and he's building a house. Or the other guy, Yoman or something like that, is building a house on this new Star Island. Like, I'm telling you, this thing is crazy. I'll show you the video before. Like they're going to build, 400 buildings on this property. And, the biggest is going to be – they built a canal that comes from the ocean that goes to the middle of this island right up to the U.S. Embassy. Maybe they want to bring one of their fighter jets or carriers in between there and park it next to the embassy as a show of strength.
I can't imagine what it's like to travel with you. Like I was saying, Maggie and I were having this conversation last week. Remember the old E! Show, Wild On? You should be hosting Wild On now. Going with you to Africa and all the party spots that you probably hit and stuff like that.
Yeah, I discovered a lot.
You and Brooke Burke.
Call me the Black Christopher Columbus. I discovered something where people already live. I'm gonna take it over. I discovered Africa.
Fresh, I didn't know there was a club here. Well, he is back. He is Bart, and I want to hear more about the trip as we go along.
Can I do one thing?
Please.
Hell to the
So here's the thing. I didn't know that because I thought you hated Michigan. I know you're from Michigan, but I thought you hated University of Michigan.
I hated.
Because the University of Michigan is the rich school.
I hated Larry Foote.
Okay.
That's why I didn't go to Michigan, because I committed to Michigan State because I hate Larry Foote. Actually, I got to take my daughter this weekend to Michigan State for her visit to see if she wants to go there.
Right.
Her mom took her to LSU, and she went to LSU and Syracuse last week.
Oof.
Yeah, so this, yeah. I'm like, baby. 15,000 people, cold as hell, average sports teams. Yeah.
And it's gray.
Right.
All the time.
All
the time.
She don't know.
Yeah.
Get that lake effect snow.
Yeah. I went to school there an hour from there. That damn lake effect every day from, and I'm not exaggerating, Halloween through the middle of March, we got some kind of snow.
I'm just gonna show her the video. I'm just gonna show her the video of people digging out in Buffalo. I'm like, you want this to be your life?
That's what it is.
This is what you want to be your life? Because you're gonna guarantee 10 inches is what we got here in the States that she was so depressed about. That's regular. That's light work up there. So
I didn't think you'd be fired up for the Michigan win. I thought, because Michigan's I
love Jalen Rose.
Yeah,
I love Chris Webber. I hang out a lot with Juwan Howard.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we hang out. We got mutual friends, so he coaches for the Nets.
Yep,
and they had the Fab Five kind of cast and stuff like that. And I root for everything Michigan. You know what I mean? Like I said, they offered me. I was supposed to go there. I just didn't like Larry Foote, so I refused to. So, I hated him so much. I want to punch him in the face. You know what I'm saying? We was rivals. We still are. But, my dad, everybody in Michigan is a big Michigan and Michigan State fan. Detroit's one of these rare places where you can be fans of both. You don't have to pick a side. Outside of, here you got to pick, I'm a Mets fan or I'm a Yankees fan. In Detroit, man, we root for it's literally Detroit and Michigan against everybody. First championship since '89. The first group of 5 transfers to win. Just shows you that championships can be bought and will be bought. And let's see if they become.
Yeah, it's not the last one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See if they become the trailblazers as far as being able to buy championships and put things together. To a certain extent, you can say that happened with Mark Cuban in Indiana. It's just a signal that the landscape has changed. It used to be you can't get 4 individuals from 4 different places and expect them to be able to come together and be able to have the chemistry that's needed and all that stuff. And then also, while I was going to Africa, one of the things that, highly concerned with is my teammate's son. You know what I mean? Jaden Ivey and what's going on with him. And, he's preaching on the sidelines, got released, had the LBGTQ comment and lost his job there. And, you see it was, interesting to see all the people that stepped up to support him, that was within the sports ring. I think that's something that needs to be talked about. All those people that say, hey, I'd rather lose my job than lose my soul on Judgment Day. It was football players came out, basketball players came out, and that's something that's going to be continued. Like, is freedom of speech. And so that was big. And, it looks like he's maybe going through some type of mental health episode as well. He's outside preaching on the corners. And the last time I remember how people were feeling when Mark Jackson did that. And people think that because Mark Jackson did that, that stopped him from getting a job in the NBA ever again. So I'm worried about my friend's son, former Piston as well, but human being because he's my friend's son. My former teammate Javen Hunter, and his mom was a professional WNBA player too. So concerned with that. So it's a lot to talk about today, man. I'm back.
We also have to get into the fact, to begin with, the news that came down toward the end of the show yesterday.
Oh, that's the big news.
With Dexter Lawrence asking out officially. Now, there had been talk around this back in early February that he might do this, but he did go ahead and officially ask for a trade. Now, listen, as far as the Giants are concerned, there are a few different things here that really concern me. Number one, are you going to get the real value for what Dexter Lawrence is if you actually are going to trade him? Because you can't be the Giants, and I'm getting tired of this. You did what you did with Saquon, right? And we understood that it was about the position. Like, we didn't want to pay him, and then we'll pay him, and then we'll franchise him. We don't want to pay him, and then we'll do everything. Oh, will you come back to us with your best offer and all that crap, right? You play it right down the middle. This is what they've done with Dexter Lawrence. Dexter Lawrence this past year had an awful season. He was absolutely awful.
Just ask Carl Banks.
Exactly. Those comments, we played those again yesterday, where he was just like, nobody respects you anymore. How about this? I'm going to bring you this stat. The Giants this past season got 8.5 sacks from players who were lined up at defensive tackle. That was 27th in the league.
Yeah.
In run defense, the Giants gave up 3.1 yards before contact per rush. That was 31st in the league. Only the Bengals were worse. Dexter Lawrence had a bad year. Yet, it wasn't that long ago that we had Dexter Lawrence on the same level as Quinnen Williams.
Whoa. Above Quinnen Williams. He's highly regarded in all the rankings, even when Quinnen had his great year. Dexter Lawrence was rated higher than him.
They are the same age.
Yeah.
Quinnen
former teammates.
Quinnen wanted more money, and he had to get paid. Or did he just want out?
No, he wanted out.
He just wanted out.
Yeah.
Okay. Dexter wants more money. Quinnen went for a 1 and a 2. What does that mean for what Dexter and the Giants? First of all, what is his value right now as we have the draft here a couple of weeks away?
That's interesting, right? Because I see Dexter Lawrence as a nose guard. I see Quinnen as a 3 technique, which is slightly a different position. It's a difference.
How is it different? Explain to the people who don't know.
Well,
I know what you're talking about, but explain to everybody.
Yeah, nose guard or 0 technique is a guy that just basically sits in between the guard and the center. A 3 technique is a guy that sits in between like the guard and the tackle, right? Depending on if it's the open side or closed side, goes to a 3 technique or a 5 technique. But the unique thing about Dexter Lawrence is a couple years ago he had 9.5 sacks, which is unheard of. And, it's because he has the ability to be so massive like Casey Hampton, because he's big like Casey Hampton, but he has the sack productivity of a guy like Aaron Donald, not Aaron Donald, but let's just say Chris Jones or somebody like that, right? So you ask yourself, what Dexter Lawrence are we getting? Did we see the best of Dexter Lawrence 2 years ago and he peaked? Or is he a guy, because last year he didn't want more money. He just had a bad year. So you're trying to say, as we starting to see the downturn of a guy that's massive, because to date, Dexter Lawrence is the highest paid player on the Giants. So it's not like he did set the market. He said he signed a 4-year, $87 million contract, like $22 million signing bonus, $60 million guaranteed, right? In 2000, his base salary this year is $18.5. It was 5. So he's getting paid and compensated.
He signed it before the 20
right
or after the 23 season.
Right. So you got guys. So like that means that he has maybe 2 years. So if it was a
he's got 2 more years. He's signed through 27.
Right. So he signed,
but not a lot of guaranteed money left.
Right. And the potential out for the team is 26 right here. Right. They have a potential out where they only have $13 million in dad. But besides all that, I find it odd that when you get a new coach, a coach of the pedigree of Harbaugh, you would think that the winning would be right behind. And if I'm going to trade Dexter Lawrence, I'm going to need at least the Quinnen Williams package. And to me, the Quinnen Williams package is a 1 and a 2.
But is that realistic? Better. Is that realistic when it's not just that he wants to be traded, it's that he wants to be paid too. Now, I don't know if it's a new contract or if it's just taking some more of this money and guaranteeing more of it. I don't know what it is.
It has to be a new contract. He's 27 years old, right? That's when you want to get paid. Like I told you, most guys want to get 3 contracts. It's the initial one, then it's the big one, then it's another big one, right? And he's 27, so you want to get paid. I'm sorry, 28. He wants to get paid before he hits 30, right? So, like, you would think that wherever he goes, that team will have to give up a first-round draft pick, and then they would probably have to give up, give him an extension, a new contract. Because since then, you've had Meta BK, you've had other guys inside push that number up, right? So Quinnen's still on his same deal too. He got traded, but he didn't get a new deal. But they're anticipating that he's going to get some form of extension because you want that salary cap relief because he's coming up against, he's coming up against the end of his contract in 2027. So all that money is backloaded anyway, right? Like this year. Let's see, potential out 3 years, $59 million. So, he wants to get that extension well into, 32. So, he probably is going to want a 3 to 4 year extension, probably at who's the highest paid guy right now in this position? Let me go to position.
Is it Chris Jones? Or is it
I was thinking Meta BK.
Walker just got a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah, but that's outside.
Yeah.
As far as interior D lineman, the highest guy right there. Let's see. I'm right here. Come on, man. Chris Jones. So it is Chris Jones. Okay.
Chris Jones is close to 40, I think.
And Chris Jones is washed, too. That's the crazy part. Like, the dudes that got the big money is washed. So they'll have to give him extension, but I would like to think that it would have to be a first-round draft pick for the Giants to move off of it. And Harbaugh, this is his first test, right? Coming in, you thought everything was going to be sunshine and roses. Hey, everybody's happy. The Super Bowl Hall of Fame coach is here with the Giants. And potentially – when somebody asks for a trade, you have to kind of almost oblige them because he can be such a cancer to what you're trying to do going forward. You have the pass rushers on the outside. You still have Thibodeau.
Listen, if they've gone back and forth as long as they have about the money, they've gotten to the point. Lawrence has gotten to the point where it's time to go.
But what are you paying Lawrence for?
Exactly.
Like he had a bad year, so how can I project what your value is? It's not Chris Jones.
But with all of that, when I hear the stats I just gave you a few minutes ago, part of me is like, I can be that bad without you, too.
Yes.
I didn't want to pay you because you had a bad year and all those statistics killed us. So why am I paying you now? Did you have a bad year? Like there was concern about his conditioning. I don't know if that was true. Here's what really caught me, though. This is Harbaugh on Lawrence in February. He's super, super important. He's a cornerstone football player. Not really a cornerstone, more like a middle stone. He's a very big stone, and he's very active and an athletic one.
Right. So
you don't normally hear the coaches speak that floral about guys that they don't necessarily think they want to keep around.
No, he's speaking about him like Haloti Ngata. Mm-hmm. He's speaking about him like Meta BK and almost like Travis Jones, who they just paid, who's a massive man, just like Lawrence. Now, I would be 1 for 1 and have Baltimore send you something back, send Sexy Dexy to Baltimore and take Travis Jones back.
Here's when in the article from the Daily News or from the New York Post, it sounds like one executive, and it's only one executive, said this is probably a late first and a day 2 pick next year.
Yeah.
So like a second or third next year and a late first. If the Giants, especially when the draft is supposed to be as deep as it is across the board next year, if you got a 3 and if you got a late 1 this year and a 3 next year, I think that would get it done. That's pretty good.
I mean, but the team that's taking him back has got to understand that he wants to get paid too.
Yes.
And
yes.
So the thing is, he doesn't control whether he gets paid, what he gets paid or not. So I'm looking at the teams that may see D tackle as the position of need for them, and I don't see one that really fits the mold. Now, he is a great player, but it's been almost 2 bad years, because year before he was injured.
Mm-hmm.
So that's year 25 he was injured, or 25 is when he had his breakout season. 24. So 25 and 26 has been 2 down years. You know what I mean? So what are you paying for? I'm going to give that $40 million? And now he's a big man, so I'm trying to figure out, is he slowing down with his age? You know what I mean? Like, you only want to pay him that $40 million, and Chris Jones, because Chris Jones gets buckets. Chris Jones is a guy that's an interior lineman that also moves outside and rushes as a DN. Dexter Lawrence isn't built that way.
We're just getting started. He's back. It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, ESPN New York YouTube channel, where you can go and leave your comments and watch the show. Why wouldn't you do that? We will get all of your comments in, well, not all of them, but, the good ones, throughout the course of the show. But we'll fire up the phones in a moment as well at 800-919-3776 on Sexy Dexy wanting out and what the true value is, and if you're even trying to keep them at this point. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
In Queens, on the LIE eastbound side, you slow out to the Grand Central Parkway. That's construction work on the ramp, and those delays go back to 108th Street. Westchester County, northbound side, on 684 up by Brewster at 84. That's a broken down tractor trailer on the shoulder before you get to I-84. And in New Jersey, westbound Route 280, a crash on the shoulder on the hillside, down the hill from exit 8 down toward exit 7, out toward Verona. It's on the shoulder. Hudson River Crossings down to minor delays. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
Hey, New York and New Jersey. Commitment issues? No problem. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever, as in for life. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds. Pay $25 a month as long as you stay on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. I'm big on having the right game plan on the ice and at home, which is why I use Viking Pest Control myself as the pest control provider and proud partner of the New Jersey Devils. Viking has been protecting homes for over 45 years with expert pest control service and solutions tailored just for you. From ants and cockroaches to rodents, stinging insects, and backyard mosquitoes, Viking keeps pests out of your house and out of the play. Bundle pest control with mosquito services and save big. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Viking Pest Control, protecting your home inside and out.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do one hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips, and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the best hospitals anywhere that just so happens to be here. A member of the Montefiore Health System.
Chris Carlin with you. Glad to be joined right now by Taylor Canfield. He is the U.S. Sail GP team driver, and we are all getting ready for the Mubadala, New York Sail Grand Prix coming up at the end of May. Taylor, how we doing?
Yeah, we're excited for the home event in New York, and can't wait to be there and racing in front of all the fans.
Now, what is your role as driver of the U.S. Sail GP team?
So, as a driver, you kind of have 2 different roles. One is trying to help make sure that the boat is going, as fast as you you can around the racetrack. And then in addition to that, kind of the decision maker on board, and using the information that I'm getting from the whole team and the coach booth to kind of make those split-second decisions around the racetrack.
It sounds like an awesome atmosphere. What's the energy going to be like sailing right at New York City?
There's no better feeling racing in front of the home crowd, representing our country, and hearing their cheering through our headsets that we have on board is, it gives me the chills just thinking about it. So we're pumped.
We're looking forward to the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming at the end of May. Taylor, thanks.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/actnow. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
It's about time delivery worked on your schedule. Same day, next day, or scheduled in advance. However you plan it, the Home Depot delivers the whole job. From drywall to doors, plumbing to paint, we'll get it there when you need it. Because on the job site, timing is everything. You order, we deliver. It's that easy. The Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
Evan Cohen here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
He will get the one song I don't know.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. This is some Burner Boy, which
he one of the biggest artists in the world, Chris.
All right, well, listen, I will not download it, but I'll go, hit it up on my Spotify on the way home today. I'll be on that. I'm a very open-minded individual. All right. You would go to my playlist and you would not necessarily think, oh, this is an old white man. You would not think that.
Yeah.
Now, are there old white men songs on there? Absolutely there are. Of course there are. But there's some Taylor Swift.
What's the widest?
Do I not feel?
What's the widest artist you got? Opposed to what's the
Springsteen.
Most
Springsteen would be the whitest artist I have, I think.
What's the most ethnic?
I mean, I've got some. I've got it's a collab between.
Don't say Black Eyed Peas. They European. No. Okay, I'm about to say, come on, man.
There's some.
That's not ultra black. Will.i.am is damn near like Wayne Brady. What the hell are you talking about? Tom gonna talk about what's wrong with that. The hell, dude be wearing like electric pants. What the hell are you talking about? It's not black.
All right, I got some Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny is not.
No, you didn't say.
Okay.
You want black or what do you want?
No, ethnic.
Ethnic.
We'll go for Bad Bunny. Like he's only been on the scene for 2 years, but it's okay.
See, here's the Nicki Minaj Drake collab.
Okay.
I mean, Drake.
You threw a Canadian and a Trinidadian out there.
Okay.
At least you're spanning the globe.
Rihanna.
Okay.
Got Rihanna on there.
No gutter. No, you ain't got no Wu-Tang Clan on there. Come on, most white people love. Most white people love. I'm always
Maggie was a big Wu-Tang.
I'm always
person.
crazy how white people love Wu. I'm talking about they be Wu till they die. I mean, I'm a Wu soldier.
How about Cornelius Brothers and Sister Rose? Too late to turn back now. That's a great song.
There you go.
Come on now.
It was some OJs or something. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be Rizat.
Dre and Snoop.
I'm trying to think what's the whitest guy I got.
The whitest guy?
Because Michael McDonald ain't really white. You know what I mean? He got too much soul to be white.
With that hair and beard alone, that's pretty white.
It reminds me of Don LaGreca.
He does look like Don LaGreca.
I always say that. Don LaGreca and Mike McDonald looks just alike.
That's a great call.
You know that's what I do. That's one of my superpowers, like seeing who people look like.
I will Boy, I didn't even think of that. That is a great one. But it's only the last couple of years when Don's really gone full on gray.
Grew it out a little bit, too.
Yeah. I mean, AC/DC on here is pretty white on mine.
Have you seen my
U2 is pretty white on mine.
I'm Randy Travis. I go white. You know, Randy's in a wheelchair.
I don't have
right
any
now.
country music on this.
No, Randy Travis in a wheelchair right now, man.
I didn't know
He's
that.
getting older, yeah. Like he like walks around in a wheelchair. Well,
he walks around in a wheelchair.
Well, you know what I mean. I knew that was an oxymoron. I mean, like, you know, he has a wheelchair. Like, you know, the people in the wheelchair that scoot with their heels.
Yeah,
he does that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Randy Travis. Shout out to Randy Travis. You know what I'm saying?
It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page, the NFL Draft is coming up on Thursday, April 23rd. That is 2 weeks from this Thursday, and New York is on the clock. The Jets pick 2nd and 16th. Giants pick 5th. Rick DiPietro, Dave Rothenberg, breaking it all down live. Join ESPN New York's Couchcast, your second screen for the NFL Draft. Real-time reactions, instant takes, and everything New York fans care about. Watch along. React with us. Don't miss a single moment. ESPN New York's Couchcast on Draft Night, April 23rd, 8 p.m. It's presented by Calandra's Bakery. All right, let's hit some calls. 800-919-3776. They're all over the map here, but we're also getting into the Dexter Lawrence stuff and the fact that he wants out. Here's Moose in Jamaica on ESPN New York to start us off. Moose, what's going on?
What's good, Chris? Bart, welcome back. Before I get to my story of when I went to Africa in 2005, because I'm from Sudan, have you heard of the nonprofit Birthright Africa?
No, but I do know that Ghana was doing some birthright, right, where you can go and they give you citizenship.
Yeah, and stuff like that. No, it's just that my sister, Wallah, is the CEO and founder of Birthright Africa and sponsors people in America, throughout the world, actually, with African descent to go back and do what you did and do some communal work and stuff. So if you ever need to look into that, let me know.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, so, yeah. So when I went to, I'm Sudanese, East African, when I went there, and they were all calling me Amriki, which is in Arabic, American. And some of my cousins and uncles were calling me a white boy.
Yeah.
Because of the way I spoke Arabic and said it was hilarious. And it was so weird to see pyramids 12 to 15 feet tall outside my family's houses and stuff. It was amazing.
Yeah, crazy.
But to talk about the Jets, to talk about the Jets.
Go right from that to the Jets draft.
Yeah, so we're reaching for the high heavens here, but like, how is anybody not seeing with the schedule and just like to be optimistic? Yeah, they win maybe 5, maybe 6 games, but knowing the inexperience, aside from the offensive line, knowing the inexperience at the defense in key positions, even though the additions do help, they're probably not going to win more than 2 or 3 games. So why, I guess Aaron Glenn has to show effort and consistency and to be a coherent coach, but it doesn't look good for them. They're probably going to end up with a top 3, top 2, if not the first overall pick. So why not tank? I don't understand the pressing need to win so many games when there's so many great quarterbacks. And Geno is not the answer.
Well, it's no need to tank because you have the draft equity. If you have to spend 3 first-round draft picks to get to the spot, then you do that. And I don't know right now. I'm concerned. How long do people think Kirk Cousins can play? Because that's weird out there in Oakland. And that's another story that I saw when I was out there. I'm sorry, Oakland. You know, the Raiders.
Vegas.
Yeah. Like the fact that they paid Kirk Cousins.
They gave him $20 million. The contract as it's structured is structured that way. You know this better than anybody. Yeah. It's $20 million guaranteed. That's a good number for Kirk Cousins.
On top of what they paying him. Yeah. They ain't have to do that.
Yeah. I don't know what the thought process was.
He should have came over for the option to be like a starter.
There had to be some reason that they did that.
And I'm starting to say, hey, is first overall pick up for grabs?
I would love for it to be. I don't think it is. From everything I can gather, I don't think that pick is up for grabs.
So you're saying you think that Oakland or the Las Vegas Raiders believe that they're going to be so bad that they don't, or they're not equipped to protect Mendoza, so they're going to go and work him in slowly?
So when we had Phil last week, that news had just broken, and Phil's thought was Kirk Cousins is the perfect guy to be with Mendoza because they're both football nerds. And Fernando will fit perfectly in. Kirk understands his spot in this deal as opposed to going to Atlanta.
See, but his spot in this deal is to start, try and be a good team, but eventually, whether you're near the playoffs or not, like when Eli started playing, the Giants.
Warner knew the deal, but he was still annoyed when it happened.
But remind me of the situation. They were like 5-3, right? They had a winning record.
Oh, the Giants were 5-4.
Right.
When they went ahead and made the change to Eli.
So I don't see any scenario where Kirk Cousins is like, I'm going to get replaced eventually, but he has to be trying to play for his future. I think Kirk Cousins believes he has 2-3 years left.
It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page. We will get more into the Jets draft here in a few minutes. Black Metronome was telling me in that last segment about the music. He's like, Chris, don't comment on this. Don't just lay out. Don't comment. Don't comment.
Go in,
say
man.
Anything.
I thought you was gonna say like you had some underground, like bazaar or some kind of crazy underground black guy. To be like, man. Chris.
I would like for you to look at me for a second and ask yourself this question: do you think I have ever been into anything underground in your life? I couldn't be more above ground if I tried.
I'm glad we're going on break because we can get Bubaka an opportunity to research Burner Boy to find a real song.
It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Time to bench those other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build a winning team. With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire, you get to hire the right fit for any role fast. That's because ZipRecruiter's smart matching technology starts showing your job to qualified candidates immediately. You can also apply filters and add screening questions to your job post to help you save time in scouting first-rate talent. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can instantly unlock contact info from a roster of top candidates. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have trusted ZipRecruiter to hire. And check this out. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site in the game, based on G2. So, if you need to score the best, go with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
Become a Yankees Universe Fan Club member today. Explorer and rookie membership packages are now available, and every Yankees Universe member receives a membership card, 2 tickets to a 2026 Yankees home game, access to a members-only website, and more. Plus, rookie members receive an official New York Yankees t-shirt. And best of all, a portion of every membership supports Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, benefiting pediatric cancer research. Join Yankees Universe today. Visit Yankees.com/universe.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
You've said it before. This will only take a second. Just a quick glance. A fast reply. But on the road, seconds don't wait for you. They decide everything. Who stops, who doesn't, who makes it home. So next time your phone lights up, ask yourself, is this distraction worth a ticket or even a life? Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NetSide.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a staff accountant at the height of tax season.
Congrats, looks like the company owes, $50 in taxes. How about that?
That seems low. Why only 50?
Why do you care so much? It's not your money.
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. Ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Jalen Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats. Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today.
This is what I was talking about. This is a great, where I got I heard this song for the first time. I should have heard it a lot sooner than this. I'm sure that I did at some point. But what was a tremendous movie was Spike Lee's movie a few years ago, Black Klansman. Okay. That was tremendous. Great movie.
That was a great movie.
And I haven't, I had heard it before that, but that's where I was like, I got to get that on my list. See, listen,
sound like a love story.
I'm not, I like to think of myself as well-rounded, not just physically. It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. I like to think of myself.
It's symbolic. It's symbolic.
Yes.
Of who you are as a person.
Is it? It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York YouTube page. Let's hit Ed in Newark next on ESPN New York. Ed, what's going on, dude? How are you?
I'm doing well. How's it going? Thanks for taking the call.
You got it.
I called the DiPietro and Rothenberg show yesterday, and
I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I was just feeling sorry for you for having called their show. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Well, I get to work early, and I listen to it on the ride over. All you guys are great. But the Michigan, the national championship game, my daughter's a freshman there, went to grad school there, and I used to be, I still do some rec league coaching basketball, and used to be a high school VP and principal and coached the high school teams there, or was on the coaching staff. And we've had a couple NBA players go through our programs, and so I know a little bit about basketball. So looking at this Michigan team, I just throughout the season I caught almost every game, and just a lot of college basketball, and I'm just they are obviously or were this past year a powerhouse offensively, right? And you saw how they scored 90-plus points throughout up until that last championship game. But without a doubt, what's most impressive about that team is their defense. And when I called yesterday, I mentioned the fact that, when I coached, and our philosophy was you play man defense, you press, and whenever somebody screens, you fight through that screen. Whatever you do, get through that screen and stay on your man. When you can't, you hedge. But switching, just because it creates mismatches for you, when you switch and a screen comes over, that's why we always, preached fighting through those screens. I've never seen a college team this effective at just switching and switching and switching. And sometimes it drives me crazy when I'm watching the game because I'm like, you could have fought through that screen and stayed with.
I think I blacked out. I can go through the X's and O's all night. Michigan had every member of their starting lineup be a transfer. They paid a ridiculous amount of money. Let's just, I can't. Can we just call it what it is? It's nothing against Michigan. They're playing by the rules that have been established now, okay? They laid out a ton of money, and their team came together nicely, and they won a championship. But they were great all season long because they laid out the money. That's it, period. Yeah. End of it. And stop.
They beat out an institution, though, too, in UConn.
Yes. And UConn's been amazing, too. And they have laid out the money, too, over the last several years. Hurley's a great coach. Let's not forget the fact that they have laid out the money. It's not anything against them. They're playing by the rules, and really good coaching is a huge part of that. But
that's what I like about it, though, because we all know the rules of engagement. We expect it to be the usual suspects, right? Teams that have huge sponsors, NIL deals, boosters, and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's almost like the high priced teams in any sport. Like, we all play by the same rules, and you have to be selective, and you still have to bring them together because you're going against another team that's a well bought team as well.
Yep.
Right? That's what makes Indiana so crazy winning the championship in football, is because they didn't spend as much money as anybody else, but they did get a coach that had a team that had played together at a different level in a different place and brought them all over.
You know what else they did? Their coach was not going out and bringing in guys based on potential. He was bringing them in based on production.
Right.
He wants guys who have produced, and so they may end up being a team that's got a lot of 22, 23, 24-year-olds,
yeah.
But they're guys that have produced. So when he's paying for it, he's paying for production, not potential.
Yeah.
And he's a terrific coach. I can't argue with anything he's done.
Yeah. How much money did Pitino spend?
A ton. Rapoli just committed that he will keep paying for this, the vitamin water guy.
Yeah.
So this is what is really fascinating to me about the whole thing.
It's like the battle of the billionaires.
For a while, the truth is you couldn't get people to donate for NIL,
right?
Because NIL is not tax deductible. The people who are really rich, just the rich individuals, NIL is not tax deductible. That's like paying a lobbyist.
Yeah.
If you donate to the school or if you donate a scholarship, that's tax deductible.
The St. Pack?
Right. So now it's about the businesses that are getting involved in it and doing it, and what is our in return on this investment.
Yeah.
So a guy like Mike Rapoli wants to win enough that he's decided to do it. What happens when he decides, I don't want to do it anymore?
Damn the ROI.
Because those guys, what this is all becoming, and we can get into the weeds on it, but all it's becoming is when you have a lot of the loyalists to schools, they're going to look at, wait a second, I'm shelling out the money.
Oh.
But these guys aren't being loyal to me. They're gone after 1 year, and my money, like, where's my return on my money? He's just going and chasing the next. Yeah. And I'm not against kids getting paid. Yeah. Not in any way against that. But like, the system is exceptionally flawed.
It's crazy. Like, when you donate to a school, like, you can donate to the school. I wonder if they do it that way. When you donate to a school, it's not payable until, like, you die. Like, you can write it off.
Some people can do that. Like, I know people who have left money to the school. Like, when you die, and then you can donate to it right off. It's a little hustle. Yeah. Listen, there are always ways around it, and I'm sure they're working on a way to make NIL tax deductible. I guarantee you they are. But at the same time, like, I don't know how long the system's going to stay in place as currently constituted.
I don't know how you can't write it off as a business expense, because you can use it as marketing for your business.
Now, for example, a place like Rutgers, where they went wrong, is their previous leadership thought, oh, this is going to go away anyway, so I'm not even going to invest in it at all, and didn't invest in NIL at all. This leadership now is saying, no, we're in, and they're raising money, but like a lot of places, it's going to be not just haves and have-nots, but the blue bloods, especially in basketball, are just truly going to dominate the next several years. I think that's like we only saw one big upset in this tournament in the first round, and that was it. And that was Wisconsin losing, and that wasn't even that huge of an upset.
It's crazy, man, because like Diddy in jail now. But what if Diddy would have put a master team together like on Above the Rim for Howard? I mean, it should be hard to get a bunch of good kids to go to Howard to live in Georgetown or go live in D.C. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Listen, it could happen. It could definitely happen.
Nah, Diddy's not getting out for 5 more years.
Well, not the Diddy part of it. I'm talking about the money part.
Okay. I'm still holding on to that.
Plus, he didn't have the money to pay the camera crew, and so all that footage ended up in the hands of 50 Cent. I'm still blown away by that.
Oh, that's funny.
It is Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Let me say this. If you're an experienced superintendent in Jersey and you know you're better than the situation that you're in, Tricon Construction wants to talk. They're building serious multifamily, medical, and industrial projects across the state, and they're looking for leaders, not babysitters, real projects, real support, real backing from ownership. If you're ready to step into something bigger, go to triconbuilds.com/careers. That's triconbuilds.com/careers. And yes, it's confidential.
Chris Carlin with you. Glad to be joined right now by Taylor Canfield. He is the U.S. Sail GP team driver. And we are all getting ready for the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming up at the end of May. Taylor, how we doing?
Yeah, we're excited for the home event in New York. And, can't wait to be there and racing in front of all the fans.
Tell us why fans should be excited for the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix.
The racing is just so exhilarating coming in and watching it from the shoreline of Governor's Island and in front of the Statue of Liberty, racing in one of the biggest, most amazing cities in the world. I'm getting the goosebumps just talking about it. And these boats are the fastest boats in the world, racing with the best sailors in the world. It's really cool, and it's going to be so electric in New York. And it's our home event this year, so we're pumped.
We are pumped as well, Taylor. We appreciate your time. He is U.S. Sail GP team driver Taylor Canfield. We're looking forward to the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming at the end of May. Taylor, thanks.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Progressive knows there's no one more important to your team than your pet. They're like your top draft pick.
And it looks like Chuck has selected Pepper the Corgi. Bold pick there, Deborah.
Yeah, Rich, Pepper has a high ceiling for sure, but he does have a tendency to bark at every tree.
Yeah, he brings a lot to the table, but also takes a lot off of it, especially when it's been left near the edge.
Nothing left to do now but suit him up for the dog park.
Protect your top draft pick from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms.
Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your six figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year one needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, we've seen it all, and we're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box. Get started at hrblock.com.
The Dexter Lawrence thing is, I'll tell you, this is very tricky for the Giants. 800-919-3776. 800-919-ESPN. Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York. Bartholomew is back from his trip to Africa, which just feels like it was absolutely amazing in every way. I just once would like to go on vacation with you somewhere. Not that I have to be part of it. Even if I could just hang back and be a fly on the wall.
Want to go to Colombia?
Why not?
Let's do it.
Why not?
Cartagena. We can go to Dirty December in Nigeria.
Dirty December?
Yeah, tell John we'll be back.
What is dirty? Do I want to ask this question?
Yeah, Dirty December.
Like, what is Dirty December?
They just party like it's Mardi Gras in Nigeria for like 3 weeks straight.
Okay. So it's like Carnival, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. You've been to Carnival, right?
No.
I thought you had gone to
I was supposed to go this year, but
okay.
Yeah.
Got changed out. Anyway.
Yeah, y'all told me it was this thing happening that was pretty big, like football.
Barton Carlin, ESPN New York.
Oh, but the Ravens are going to reach there. I think they playing in Sao Paulo this year. I think it's the Ravens in Dallas or something like that. Maybe
I believe that's correct.
Maybe I can go on assignment.
Yeah. Special reporter from Sao Paulo.
Special reporter.
On this Lawrence thing.
Yeah, week 3.
And we're going to get back to the calls in a second at 800-919-3776. I'm just wondering how this all affects his value. Like, is this going to be a 1 and a 2 like Quinnen got when you're coming off a bad year and you want to be paid? They might both be 28 years old, and you might have thought of Lawrence as a better player prior to last year. But last year, those numbers I gave you earlier were startling about how bad the Giants were against the run.
And the fact that Carl Banks called him out last year.
Oh, he absolutely destroyed him. Let's get those comments again, Tom. We played him yesterday. He just absolutely destroyed him.
Said nobody respects you? Like,
yes.
Geez.
No, it was
damning words.
Really bad.
And he didn't have much to offer. It didn't like that ignited him either, like where he went on some type of crazy run. You know what I mean? After the fact.
Yeah. Here it is. This is Banks on the Believe Network podcast, his podcast covering the Giants with Bob Papa, on Dexter Lawrence, and this is middle of last season.
Dexter Lawrence, nobody respects you anymore. Nobody. Your opponents do not. The pre-injury Dexter is not there in their heads. They don't respect you. There's a difference. You're on the field. They're blocking you with a 9-year backup center. You're not making a difference. The old Dexter would. There are a lot of things that go into your performance. Only you know what that is. Whether you're still recovering or not, I'm just telling you now, I'm looking at enough tape to know that your opponents don't respect you. Not like they used to. And here's the thing. When Darius Alexander gets in the game, when Roy Robinson gets in the game and they substitute for you. DJ Davidson, those guys are making plays against the same guys that are blocking you. I'm going to just say this. Again, I don't know the circumstances. It's time for you to start expecting more of yourself. I don't know if you're injured. I don't know if you fully recovered. But it's time to start asking more of yourself because they don't respect you.
Damn.
I mean, that's
and Alexander is a rookie.
Yeah.
The rookie from Toledo.
And they're talking about other guys there like Roy Robertson Harris. Like, really? Journeyman guys?
So that lets you know, like, are we expecting to sell high on Dexter Lawrence?
This is my point. Like, even when I see one executive says, yeah, maybe a late first and a day 2 pick next year. Like, I don't know that for sure. When he wants more money and he wants a new contract, because you said before, you don't believe this is just give me more guarantees. You think this is a new contract considering where he is.
Yeah, because, I got my big contract at 28.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little different for first-round draft picks because they give up their rights for 5 years. I gave them my rights for 4 years.
Right.
But when you're good, you usually tear deals up when you usually don't get to the end of those deals before they redo them. And, you would think that Harbaugh – someone who had Haloti Ngata, somebody who drafted Meta BK, somebody who drafted Travis Jones would put more value in understanding what that means to have a guy that can anchor the middle, especially when you have these great guys on the outside, because it's hard to slide or it's hard to try and double people on the outside because Dexter Lawrence traditionally has been able to get productivity from the interior. And you go back to the injury. You hear Carl Banks talk about, I don't know if he's still injured, recovery. Like coming from a dislocated elbow, you would think, J.J. Watt had the elbow issues. That's why he had those braces on his elbow most of his career. You would think that it would be more than enough time. And then you have to ask yourself, is this just a big guy that doesn't have the motor that he used to have? Is he starting to slow down?
See, now this is where you lose me, though, a little bit. I'll read some of the comments that are coming in on the YouTube channel at ESPN New York on YouTube. Kenneth Smith, no players above the team. You come in my office with demands of what you want and not doing. I'm getting rid of you. And he still has a year left on his contract. Sit out the season if you like. Here's the thing. You want to talk about other sports where the money's guaranteed? That's fine. I am rarely going to begrudge a player in the NFL for going back and trying to get more money while he can, because the contracts are not guaranteed. And Dexter Lawrence is entering a period when a lot of the money is not guaranteed.
Yeah, he wants to get paid before 30 because they look at that as like, oh, that's the
That's
crest.
a cutoff age.
Yeah, that's the crest of like now it starts to go downwards. But for me, like this could be a win-win for both teams. You know what I mean? Because I think that if the Giants, who are underneath salary cap constraints, and it's weird, how the hell are they under salary cap constraints when they ain't paying no quarterback? That's like the damn.
Dexter Lawrence is a big reason why.
Yeah, but even with that, there's guys like that are making crazy money. Like Lamar Jackson makes crazy money, but Ronnie Stanley, Metabike, Kyle Hamilton, like where are they allocating all their damn money at? Who are they wasting their money on? I know they're wasting on Thomas, not wasting, but on Thomas on the left side.
Paulson and Debo got a ton of money last year.
Neighbors don't make no money. Who the hell?
I'll tell you right now.
It's ridiculous.
Here are your cap hits, your top cap hits for the Giants, all right? Right now, they currently only have about $7 million in cap space.
It's ridiculous. 27th in the league.
Paulson and Debo, $24 million against the cap this year. Thomas is 24. Brian Burns, 21.3. Javon Holland, 18.5. That's a bad one right now. This is a tough one to take. You know who's sixth? Darius Slayton, 15.9.
That's crazy
Come on,
work,
man.
But
Abdul Carter is ninth. He just got drafted last year. He's ninth.
But that's fine because it's still low. But
yes.
What's concerning is, like, out of those, okay, two are bona fide stars. Brian Burns
and Thomas
last year was a star. But Thomas always damn hurt.
Yes.
So you ask yourself, like, okay, I'll randomly.
Thibodeau is at 14.7 on the last year of his deal.
Okay, let's go to salary cap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just pick a random team. Okay, let's just see. Pick a team. Pick a team.
I'll pick a team like the Ravens because you just mentioned them.
Okay,
how about that?
Let's pick the Ravens. Then.
All right, I got it right here. The Ravens right now have $30 million in cap space.
Damn.
Okay, Lamar is the number one hit at 34.4.
Worth the money.
Yeah. Roquan Smith, 32.7.
Worth the money.
Matabike, 29.8.
Worth the money.
Marlon Humphrey, 26.
Not worth the money. Probably going to get cut.
Trey Hendrickson's cap hit this year is 15.
Worth the money.
Kyle Hamilton, I believe, is still on his rookie deal because he's 10.6.
Who?
Kyle Hamilton.
No. He got paid. He got paid big money.
Well, this is what his cap hit number is this year.
But he got paid big money.
Okay. Ronnie Stanley, cap hit 9.9.
Worth the money.
That's it.
But keep going, though.
Mark Andrews.
Worth the
6.9.
Stop me when it's somebody that's not worth the money.
Rashad Bateman.
Not worth the money.
6.1.
So the Ravens go 8 out of 9, we all agree is worth the money. And guys that are at the top of the position, and they got $30 million.
Yep.
How the hell does the Giants, who the hell is paying these people?
It's a fair question.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, we got a team, and it's not like the Giants have been winning, and like the Ravens didn't win last year, but they traditionally win with their group. Like, and that's the difference in the allocation of funds. Like, I cannot believe that they are wasting this much money on this many average ass players.
You want one that will really burn your ass? I'll give you one that'll really burn your ass.
Yeah, burn my ass.
All right, you don't have to make fun of my lisp.
No, I didn't say the list.
Burn my ass.
No, I said us like it was because I just came from Paris. Or something.
The Eagles have $34 million in cap space. Jalen Hurts' cap number for this year.
And they got a franchise quarterback. They paying like 50, damn near 45. You see what I'm saying?
His cap number for this year is 31.9. A.J. Brown, 23.4.
Worth the money.
Lane Johnson, 23.
Worth the money.
20.3.
Worth the money.
Mailata, 15.8.
Worth the money.
Devontae Smith, 10.7.
Worth the money.
Landon Dickerson, who just retired. So I don't know how that, or is talking about retiring. I don't know if he did yet.
But worth the money.
Dallas Goedert, 10.2.
Worth the money.
Barkley's hit this year is only 9.8.
Worth the money.
Zach Bond.
Worth the money.
This is the point. We don't need to go through any more.
Does the Giants have a different salary cap number than other people? Are they salary cap $20 million less?
No.
Then who the hell are they paying and why are they paying who they paying? I mean, they just paid Jordan Davis. That's number 12 for them.
Yep.
Cam Jurgens. Jalen Carter's their number 10th highest paid. Yo, somebody doing a bad job in this GM world.
Yep. It's a pretty fair point.
Paul Adipa, who?
Tessa, West Caldwell. What's up, Tess?
Hey, guys. Bart, welcome back. We missed you. I'm just trying to stay calm, but Bart just got me all riled up in the car, and I'm like screaming in the car, but I'm just trying to stay calm. This is what happens, like I always tell you, when we dealing with bummism and mid-behavior. Because of, like Bart just said, because of the trash, bum, crumb-snatching decisions that Shane and all of them made before, you're right. Why are we paying all these people all of this money? And in my mind, I just do not want to burn no jerseys this year, so Dexter better stop playing with me. Oh, you don't have no more Saquon. But I cannot believe this is happening, and we are so broke paying these broke mid players like this. This is the off season, guys. Why do I have a bottle of Tums with me in the truck right now? I shouldn't have that. I should not be stressed out right now. You know what I'm saying? I should be very happy with everything. Harbaugh better get it together, bring Dexter to the freaking table, let him know last year, bro, we know what you are, but we got to go on what we know what you all were, but what you are last year was mid. So let's come to the table. Let's give him a little bit of more of this guaranteed money if we can find it somewhere. You know what I mean? Just restructure something, but he better get it together because at the end of the day, Dex, I understand you hurt. I understand all your teammates that you was very close with all have Super Bowls right now. I understand you was in the trenches for a very long time playing at a high level when we were trash. But at the end of the day, knock it off. Come to the table and let's get this work. I'm not playing with Dexter. He better stop it. But I am pissed because at the end of the day, our GM has been nothing but mid and trash. And now it's like we're looking dumb. And us Giants fans should not be dealing with this right now. We should be excited to draft everything. And now we stressed out. We might lose one of our best players. He needs to retire as a Giant. What are we doing? Guys, listen, I was so happy to speak to Bart today. I'm so happy he's back. Of course, you, Carlin. Bart, while you was gone, Tom was doing his thing with the Power Hour. I mean, Carlin might not think so.
He ain't got that Manuka honey. He ain't got it back.
He didn't have it yesterday.
Tess, you telling me that I left and Tom's undropped? He done dropped them? It's the Power Hour. That is an improvement, though. He'll let him drop a little bit. Who know my little young man hitting some puberty over there? Hey, Tom. I hear you, son.
Here's what he did. He started to go on quality over quantity because when you go for quantity, this is what happens.
It's the Power Hour.
Just a gradual fade before the last couple. You can even hear it if you really listen.
Hey, like Zab Judah when he got hit by Costa Zoo. That pair with matches.
He was.
I hate you, Tom. See, I almost bust that blood vessel in that eye with that thing. They get that sharp pain in that left eye. Power. Oh.
So he went to a band. He went to a concert this weekend.
Oh,
that's
why.
Band.
That's why you got the haircut.
He had nothing in the tank yesterday. Accurate?
He turned in today.
Very accurate. That and some allergies are some contributing factors.
Always blame it on the allergies. I love it. That's the best way to assure people, no, I'm not sick. It's just allergies, when in fact, you know you were sick.
Tom put in the day. That's what you're basically saying? Just put your jock strap out there, Tom.
Excuse me.
But I tell you what, though, man. It is a way to turn this Dexter Lawrence into something beautiful. And
What's beautiful?
Beautiful for me is salary cap relief. Beautiful for me is a first-round draft pick this year, and I know you're saying a second next year, but I want to be greedy. I want a second one here. And damn, who he wants to go, you don't control who you go to.
All right, so if you trade him pre-June 1st, you save $13 million, and you have a 13.9 dead cap hit. But where are you trading him? Is it the old Harbaugh to Harbaugh connection?
That's one. But, you're looking at a team that has a lot of assets but not a lot of good players. And, a lot of teams couldn't stop the run last year.
Team that I suggested, I reached out to Courtney Cronin, who covers the Bears, and I thought the Bears might be a spot. And it's really not, because they kind of want more of an edge rusher than a Dexter Lawrence type.
Yeah, and Dexter, this was Dexter coming off 9.5 sacks. Yeah. But you look at somebody who needs like a Cam Hayward type of player. I'm trying to think what's the team that couldn't stop the run and needs to stop the run. That's a difficult.
The Giants. But it's accurate.
The Giants are cash poor.
Yes.
Right. So one, they may need to, man. Like, can you go to Debo now and say, hey man, we need to restructure your contract already? Like, can you go to Burns and give him an extension and stretch that thing out? I don't know. I mean, a team like the Buffalo Bills.
How about the Bills? Yeah. They were 5th from the bottom against the run, but the Bears were 6th from the bottom against the run.
Yeah, but I feel like the Bills need that, because that allows Ed Oliver to be able to work inside. And then, they play out of – they need a big body dominant player, because they play out of basically a sub package all the time. Now, who knows under Joe Brady where they're going to play, but this is a team – you need to find a team that's desperate to win, and a team that's desperate to try and get her done. I mean, I look at a team like, the Rams. The Rams they got rid of their pick. So you go.
No, the Rams still have one. They have the 13th pick, but they don't have the late pick.
Yeah, but they're not going. I don't think they're going to get rid of that.
All right, here are the late first-round picks, okay? We'll go from 22 on, because 22 is the Chargers. Then it's the Eagles. Browns. What about Cleveland at 24? The Bears at 25, the Bills at 26.
But you also have to send him to a team where he will sign an extension at.
Right.
I don't know if he's going to sign to be like, it's great him and Myles Garrett together, shake and bake, all that type of stuff. But, man, I don't know if they're willing to do that.
Then it goes San Francisco, Houston, Kansas City, Miami at 30, Patriots 31.
I can see San Fran. I mean, they just brought back Greenlaw. Bosa's going to be coming back slowly. From the outside, you talk about within that division, he feels like a 49er.
Let's see.
I wouldn't say the Patriots, because the Patriots have Barrymore.
Patriots don't need him.
I mean, Jacksonville lost Lloyd, but I don't know how much money they got. They just paid Walker, which Trayvon Walker is an okay player, being the first overall. He's probably one of the worst. He's a very average to be the first overall pick. First of all, it's rare for a defensive player to be the first overall pick, but he's been mid at best.
So the 49ers brought in Odigizua from Dallas, and they lost Jordan Elliott. Obviously, Bosa was hurt last year. That had a huge impact on their pressure, because they generated an NFL low 25% pressure rate.
Yeah, San Francisco's. God, how they were even where they were at was a miracle.
Let's hit David and Elizabeth up next. ESPN New York. David, what's up, buddy?
What up, Bart? What up, Chef?
What up, though?
Hey, yo, you know what's so crazy? You never seen Bart's social media on fire and think he's on vacation or he's not at work. That's crazy, right?
Again, I like I said, the really good stuff is not on social media. Just no
trust me.
It's on the dark web. It's on the dark web.
Oh, it's on the black market? Okay, I'll cop one. Yo, so check this out, right, fellas? Real quick before we even get into sports, Bart, that traffic looked crazy that you posted. Like, bro, it reminds me of Haiti and Jamaica for sure, like when I was there.
Yeah, one of my posts was like, man, listen, in the 2028 Olympics, it should be street crossing in Africa. Like, bro, like, it's no lines in the streets. And it's no turns for like four-way stops. There's no stop signs. So people just go out in the street and they miss each other. like, yo, bro, the hell's going on?
Super free for all. It looked like you guys are playing Frogger trying to cross the street.
Exactly. Or what's that chicken game where you go in and you try to cross?
Mm-hmm. So look, this is all I want to speak of. Last night was a great Knicks win. Yeah, we beat the Hawks. The Hawks have been playing better basketball, but I like what they did. Everything went through Cat first, and then when it wasn't there, Brunson came along. Now we're gonna call a spade a spade. Brunson had a bad game first through third quarter. Fourth quarter came. Yeah, he did what he do best, close the door and shut the game. They need to play like that entering the playoffs, and I think that we could get a positive outcome. No finals again. I'm not going to say that, but they play like that, they can compete. They can go against those top-tier teams.
You know what I actually really liked last night? And because I've been hard on him, I want to give him credit. I actually really liked Towns last night in his aggression. I thought Towns did a much better job being aggressive on both ends of the floor, played well defensively. I thought that was the Towns that you don't have to see 30 and 10, but you just want to see him like just attack. And that's what he did when he had opportunities last night.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. You know what's so crazy, fellas? You know how everybody's like, oh, yeah, Cat, he's not aggressive. He needs to play just like that. He was demanding the ball. He didn't do any stupid ticky-tack fouls like that. He was playing well, man. I love the way he played last night. He needs to play like that every night. Appreciate you,
but that's the thing. That's the frustrating thing with Karl Anthony Towns. He's such a tease, man.
See, but he's not – here's the thing. I've resigned myself to this. This is who he is. The fact that he did that last night is great, but I know he's not going to do it consistently, right? I'll praise him for doing it last night. Did last night – and we'll get into this a little bit deeper later on. Did last night give you any pause to think, you know what? I don't really want to see this Hawks team in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're athletic. Kuminga, it seems like Trae Young was the reason that they were held back. As soon as they got rid of Trae Young, this team has played well. And I think this is a team that Snyder envisioned. And, they're only going to get better going forward.
Quinn Snyder with the whole black outfit and the glasses, he looks like an artist in Soho.
Exactly.
With his hair slicked back.
Exactly.
He looks like Mike Myers from Sprockets on Saturday Night Live. He looks like a German author. 800-919-3776. Derek is in Hillside next, ESPN New York. Derek, what's going on?
What's going on, guys? You remember those old Axel Foley movies in the
Beverly Hills Cop?
What was that? Yeah, when he had the guy Sidge. When y'all was just talking
yeah.
the Hawks coach.
You talk about Balky from Perfect Strangers?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's okay. The mom, we talking about the Hawks coach.
Get out of here.
It's great to have you guys back in the studio, man. It's great to have you guys back. Shout out to everybody that filled in for y'all, but nothing beats having you two in studio, so thank you guys for that. Bart, I'm glad that you had a great time in Africa, man. Let's talk about some sports. The Jets thing y'all was just talking about as far as their draft plans. As far as like them trying to look at Ty Simpson, I want to know how y'all feel about that. I would rather them get it at 33. I don't want to use it as 16th pick on him. But Dexter Lawrence kind of pushed on the Giants in a bad predicament because all I kept hearing is that they went into this whole offseason, thinking that he was going to be a part of the team. But now since he wants to out, that kind of hurts their plans for the season. And then what the Knicks did last night, that's exactly how you want the Knicks to play. And, I have a whole bunch of optimism for them that they play like that in the playoffs. But other than that, thank you guys for having me, and glad that you guys are back.
I appreciate it. He said a whole lot.
He did.
And he touched on the Knicks, of course, but he talked about the Jets. And we're just starting to figure out, I know later on you're going to kind of inform us on what you think they should do with the number 2 pick. Early on, I thought it was going to be Bailey all the way because but then they went out in free agency and they addressed, guys on the outside that seems like they're going to be here for the first time. I feel like when you get a guy like Bailey, you anticipate him to start and play a lot as a rookie. Even though Jalen Carter, it was mixed with Jalen Carter last year. I thought when I went over there and I kind of spent some time, I felt the energy of the Jets. I felt like it was Arvell Reese. I felt like they wanted the special weapon, and it was a player that they couldn't miss out on. They couldn't, a guy that can play outside and inside.
So as I'm getting ready for the draft, you talk to people that you know, and you try to get their takes on players around the league and players in the draft. So yesterday I talked to one exec in the league. And each day I'll give you a couple of little nuggets that relate to the Jets and Giants and the potential targets to them. And I got a couple on that. We'll do that here shortly because I think you're going to absolutely love some of the things that I got to share with you. It's going to be good. Up next, we do have some audio files, and it is on. It is on for one player in particular last night. If you missed it, it's coming. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Hi, this is Chevy, managing partner at Precision Solar. If you're looking at solar in New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut, here's what actually matters. Real numbers, honest answers, and a team that handles everything. We manage the entire process from start to finish. Designs, approvals, installation, and even a brand new roof if you need one. We don't sell you more than your home actually needs. Just smart systems designed for long-term savings and predictable energy costs. Visit PrecisionSolar.com to schedule your free home assessment. Precision Solar, built to perform for decades.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
FanDuel has your back with a special Mulligan bet-back token this week in golf. Once the tournament starts, you can turn any losing bet into a bonus bet for another try. Now you've got protection to take that sleeper pick or make a bold prediction. Backing someone to win it all? Go for it. Like someone for a top 5 finish? Lock it in with confidence, because if it doesn't hit, you've got that mulligan in your back pocket ready to go. It's all happening on FanDuel, so get involved at FanDuel.com/local to claim your special Mulligan bet-back token. Once the tournament starts, you can turn any losing bet into a bonus bet for another try. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max refund $5 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions do apply, including token expiration. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
Time to bench those other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build a winning team. With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire, you get to hire the right fit for any role fast. That's because ZipRecruiter's smart matching technology starts showing your job to qualified candidates immediately. You can also apply filters and add screening questions to your job post to help you save time in scouting first-rate talent. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can instantly unlock contact info from a roster of top candidates. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have trusted ZipRecruiter to hire. And check this out. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site in the game, based on G2. So, if you need to score the best, go with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End, because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils protect their home ice, Viking Pest Control protects your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the New Jersey Devils, Viking brings 45 years of trusted experience and expert service to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, and even mosquitoes out of your zone. Their local team builds a personalized game plan that actually works. And when you bundle pest control and mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Protecting your home inside and out.
You've said it before. This will only take a second. Just a quick glance. A fast reply. But on the road, seconds don't wait for you. They decide everything. Who stops, who doesn't, who makes it home. So next time your phone lights up, ask yourself, is this distraction worth a ticket or even a life? Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
You heard this one, right, Carlin?
Yeah.
I don't know why he's walking around looking like Prince over in Legos too. Like he had like a purple shirt on, looked like he had the symbol of Prince and like some bell-bottom jeans walking to the bathroom with like 20 dudes. I'm like, bro, what are we doing?
But that's one of the great things about being that level of famous and successful. You can wear whatever you want.
Yeah, that's true.
It does not matter. Nobody is going to look at you and say, you look like a goofball. You look like a friggin' moron. They're not. They're just going to look at you and say, yeah, that works. That's true.
If Prince would have wore them chaps around me, I would have smacked him on his ass so hard, it would have been a permanent. They would have thought he had like a logo on the back of his ass. I would have hit him so hard with my hand. Splat!
So he had, but Burger Boy had chaps on?
No. I'm saying, remember Prince? Like,
Yes,
I say people can wear whatever they want.
Yeah.
There's no way I could have been Prince's friend. He could walk around with them with the chaps with his ass
How
out.
about if I had walked around with assless chaps?
Man, I would smack you on your ass so hard.
No, you wouldn't.
That it would look.
You'd see that, you'd be like, I ain't touching that thing.
Because you know, like when you back in the day, like you used to take your hand and you make your hand, and then you make the turkey. You know what I'm saying? I smacked so bad it looked like you got a turkey on your ass. You know what
They used to call that the 5-star.
When you would,
five-star.
when you would trace your hand to make it look like a Thanksgiving turkey.
You never
when
did
were a
that?
kid.
You never did that?
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
That's
I
how
did.
hard I smack your ass. Like you got a permanent brand. Like, is that a brand on your ass? When you get a new tattoo?
Have you guys ever 5-starred somebody when they have like epic sunburn on their back? Because that's what me and my friends used to do to each other. It's quite painful.
If you do that.
I didn't grow up with white friends, Tom, but if I did, I would probably did it.
Good job, Tom. If you do that, you're a freaking bad guy. Like if you slam somebody in the back when they've got sunburn, you're a bad guy.
I never said we were good guys.
Oh my!
At least
God.
have some aloe or some vitamin C on there, some vitamin E on your hand when you smack him on his back.
Game Time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. 4 o'clock today. Mets moving up the start times on the next 2 games to 4:10. They're hosting the Diamondbacks. Coverage begins on 880 ESPN New York, starting at 3:30 this afternoon. 7 o'clock, Devils take on the Flyers. 7:05, Yankees face the A's. And at 7:30, the Nets play Milwaukee.
They playing the A's. Are they in they're not in Oakland. Where they at?
The Athletics?
Yeah.
The A's are in Sacramento, but they're playing here.
Oh, damn. I was hoping they get to play. You can juice your stats up. You know what I'm saying? Hitting in the Little League Park.
Tullamore Dew.
Oh, he bunted a home run.
Tullamore Dew is the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Let's do some audio files.
The audio file.
Tom Bauer's here. He has got audio files for us. Tom, fire away.
Thank you, Chris. We're going to be starting with Dexter Lawrence, the topic we've been on all morning for the most part. Jordan Raanan, he was on DHR. They call that Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, which, by the way, I'm going to actually start here.
Yes.
Drop Madness 2026. You're looking at a champion.
The
Chris
champ is here.
Carlin.
This is college football. Excuse me, this is college football on ESPN Radio. Oh, my God.
At what point did you say? Did you think? Because I know in your mind you're like, "Oh, clap! I got to get to the break," and the clock is clicking, and you should have took a couple more ticks just to kind of recover the swallow.
This is the thing that Maggie pointed out last week. When you hear it, you realize I tried a couple of times instead of just giving up.
Yes, you should just gave up, swallowed, and got it back. You know, when somebody doing a speech and they start crying, and then they take a while.
Give me a minute.
You tried to talk through it.
Yeah.
You should have took your minute.
I'm trying to get to break.
Right.
And then they play the music. Yeah. And it's like they're just playing the music off like I'm dying, like it's an Oscar speech and I went too long.
It's like when you watch those marathon runners and they run it and they fall and they get up and they fall again because they cramp it up and it's like, bro, like just.
Yeah, I was cramping up during that. Honestly, all I can say in my acceptance speech yesterday is I nearly died on the air, and I ran away with Drop Madness. So there's really only one way I can outdo it, and that's to actually die on the air, which is not out of the realm of possibility. But, Bart, I ran through the competition. This was 1991 UNLV. I was north of 65% in every vote all tournament long.
85 Bears, like nobody even scored.
Yeah. It was not even close. It was an embarrassment all the way through.
If you're down air, are you going to say this is Chris Carlin signing off forever?
I don't even know if I'll get a chance to. I don't know if I'll be able to spit that out. My last words were, I better win Drop Madness again. That would be the ultimate homage to me, is to put my death on the air on Drop Madness the next year. And I will not, like, there will be a conversation at some point, like, maybe this is not respectful to Chris and all that. I want this on tape right now. Okay, Tom? So record this right now. If I die on the air and it's not in Drop Madness, I will never forgive anybody involved on the show at the time.
He will haunt you. I tell you what, and then we have to put a star so we can step on you every day when we come in the door.
Like the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We step on you every day. Hey, Chris.
All right, Tom, what do you got?
We'll also get a crown, and we'll just, put it by your graveside.
Wouldn't fit my head anyway. What do you got? I mean, it's a size 8 head. You going to crown that big?
That's unfortunate.
Go ahead.
Anyway,
it's true.
As I was saying, Jordan Raanan on Don Hahn and Rosenberg, he spoke about the Dexter Lawrence trade, so we're going to get the insider's perspective here. Is the Lawrence trade request only about money?
Nah, I think it's bigger than that. If you looked at Dexter Lawrence and you looked at his face and you looked at his actions over the last couple of years, you could sense the frustration boiling. And let me just tell you this, and you can figure it out real quickly when I tell you this. 2 of Dexter Lawrence's closest friends on the Giants. Number 1 is maybe his closest friend in the world right now is Leonard Williams, okay? He got traded, experienced success elsewhere. How about Saquon Barkley? New deals, more money. They won Super Bowls. I think the frustration of losing has worn on Dexter Lawrence over these past couple of years greatly.
So we also started to speculate about the potential package Dexter Lawrence could fetch for the Giants. Jordan has his take.
Their problem is finding really good players that are at the level of Dexter Lawrence. That's the bigger concern here. If you don't have Dexter Lawrence, yeah, sure, you can get multiple picks. Let's just say you can get 2 second-round picks, right? Because I asked around, and the general consensus for people that I talk to is, okay, you can get maybe a late first or a second of some sort this year and something else maybe. But now you're adding rookie players. You're adding young players. They're question marks. They're not Dexter Lawrence year 1 for sure.
Well, and listen, I think that's true, but you're not going to – if Dexter Lawrence doesn't want to be here, there's no discussion to have. If it's not just about the money at that point and he's ready to go, I mean, that makes sense from Jordan.
And you're going to save salary cap space, which allows you to go out. Like I said, how much – you may not get a player that's as complete as him, but you can right now trade Dexter Lawrence, get salary cap relief, sign DJ Reader. He's going to be better against the run than Dexter Lawrence was last year. So that's going to be an upgrade. And then you're going to have opportunity to go spend money somewhere else to maybe get some of these free agents that's still sitting out there.
Next.
So a lot of speculation about David Bailey to the Jets over the past few days. Daniel Jeremiah even spoke about it on Paul Schrager's show. He's hearing that the
Peter
Jets...
Schrager's show. What? Paul Schrager's show.
I said
little
Paul
different
Schrager.
kind of show.
Yeah, that would
Paul
be a different
Schrager,
type of show.
World-renowned engineer.
Yes.
It does not have a show, at least one that I'm aware of.
That is correct. Peter
Anyway,
Schrager's show. My apologies. He told Peter Schrager he's hearing the Jets prefer David Bailey. Mel Kiper Jr., he was on with DiPietro Rothenberg this morning. He was asked if the Jets are leaning towards David Bailey or even maybe Arvell Reese at number 2.
That's up in the air. Everybody goes back and forth on that. I know I have. Everybody has. We did our draft. The field has had, Reese is in. Bailey's been in there with him. Then we see others having Reese. I haven't seen any other names. I've heard some people talk about Sonny Styles from Ohio State. If you're going to debate Arvell Reese, wouldn't you think Sonny Styles would have to be in that discussion? I mean, he outproduced Reese this year at Ohio State. He's an off-ball linebacker who can also learn to be an edge guy, as Reese will have to do, as he admitted. I got to learn how to rush the passer. He tested out better athletically. Sonny Styles is a rare talent. He's a freakish talent who was a former safety, can play anywhere on the field and do so many things for you. So if you're going to think about Arvell Reese at 2, why wouldn't you think about his former teammate Sonny Styles? So I haven't heard that name too much. I heard it mentioned a little bit, but the Bailey Reese debate, and like I said, I think you have to throw Sonny Styles into that as well.
What do you think about Sonny Styles instead at 2?
I mean, I think he's outstanding, but it depends to me on what you're looking for. I think people think Arvell Reese is a guy that can be a middle linebacker / pass rusher. When I think about Sonny Styles and his his ability to play safety, which is what I played, they use me as a dime backer, a big dime, to cover like tight ends and good athletic running backs. So I see Sonny Styles as somebody that you're going to try and not make the next Michael Parsons. I see him as a guy you're going to try and make an inside linebacker / Kyle Hamilton, somebody that can come in and be in the box and still can play back. Kind of how people thought they saw Isaiah Simmons, back in the day. It just never worked out for him because he was a jack of all trades, master of none, and he's been a guy that's bounced around, played for the Giants, Arizona. He's hanging on by the hair of his chinny chin chin to stay in the league. But I see Sonny Styles, if you're trying to get a middle linebacker / Kyle Hamilton type player, I see Arvell Reese as if you're trying to get a middle linebacker / Michael Parsons pass rusher type of guy.
Next.
So I got one more for you guys, and this one comes courtesy of Major League Baseball. Specifically here, this is going to be Wilson Contreras.
You're going to like this.
Yes, of the Boston Red Sox, formerly a St. Louis Cardinal. Wilson Contreras, he was hit by a pitch by the Brewers yesterday. Not usually a big deal. You usually walk it off, go to first base, and that's the end of it. Well, let's just say he has a little bit of history that he'll explain in this cut with Milwaukee. By the way, his brother, William, is the catcher for the Milwaukee Brewers. And let's just say if the Brewers hit him with another pitch, well...
It's not just a hit by pitch. That's the 24th time that they hit me in my career, 24th. And that's the 6th time they hit me. And they always say, I'm not trying to hit you. That get old. So next time they hit me again, I'm going to take one of them out. That's what happened. That's a message.
Yeah.
I'm going to take one of them out.
Yeah.
So Brandon Woodruff, who's the pitcher, has hit him 6 times in his career.
Yeah,
6 times. Now, this one glanced off his hand. But you can see where it still is going to aggravate you when that continues to happen with the same people.
Yeah, he tried to do it.
And his brother's a catcher.
Well, listen, brothers think it's funny. Yeah, I know he'll get pissed. Let's knock him off his rocker.
Oh, my brother Jim.
He should turn around and punch his brother.
My brother Jim, if he had a chance, he would drill me right in the ribs.
Exactly.
He absolutely would. There's no question.
That's what I'm saying. He should turn around and punch his brother.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
His brother kind of tried
you always been jealous of me.
His brother tried to walk him up first base like Jake Taylor.
Yeah.
All right, settle down.
But let me oddly enough, let me tell you the type of family members I have. And some people have brothers like this. Like if his brother go out there and rush the pitcher and the pitcher swing back, his brother might take him and it'd be 2 brothers beating the pitcher ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, don't put your hands on my brother, man.
Exactly.
That's hey, you should just take that hit.
Absolutely. It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York YouTube page. So I'm going to share some of the insight, especially regarding the Jets that I got from an executive yesterday about what they should do in the draft. Not specifically about what they should do, but about the prospects themselves. It's next on ESPN Radio.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do one hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips, and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the best hospitals anywhere that just so happens to be here. a member of the Montefiore Health System.
25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Check it in a year, check it in 5. This ain't optimum 5, but price is still alive. 25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Get Optimum famously fast fiber internet. Optimum.com/25 for 5. Or call 8884-OPTIMUM. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Register today to take the test.
Chris Carlin with you. Glad to be joined right now by Taylor Canfield. He is the U.S. Sail GP team driver. And we are all getting ready for the Mubadala, New York Sail Grand Prix coming up at the end of May. Taylor, how we doing?
Yeah, we're excited for the home event in New York. And, can't wait to be there and racing in front of all the fans.
Now, what is your role as driver of the U.S. Sail GP team?
So as a driver, you kind of have two different roles. One is trying to help make sure that the boat is going, as fast as you can around the racetrack. And then in addition to that, it's kind of the decision maker on board and, using the information that I'm getting from the whole team and the coach booth to kind of make those split-second decisions around the racetrack.
It sounds like an awesome atmosphere. What's the energy going to be like sailing right at New York City?
There's no better feeling racing in front of the home crowd, representing our country and hearing their cheering through our headsets that we have on board is, it gives me the chills just thinking about it. So we're pumped.
We're looking forward to the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming at the end of May. Taylor, thanks.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you can put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Tricon Construction is expanding across New Jersey, taking on larger, more complex commercial projects and delivering at a big league level. If you're a developer who values precision, accountability, and execution, you need a construction partner who understands what's at stake: timelines, capital, reputation. That's Tricon. They're building the right way with experienced leadership, disciplined project management, and a team that shows up ready. Serious projects, serious results. Visit TriconBuilds.com, TriconBuilds.com.
Smalls here. What if you could enjoy the flavor of a cocktail without the alcohol? Meet RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category that delivers bold taste and a warming sensation, but with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and 0 calories. So you can celebrate with friends, unwind after a long day, and wake up tomorrow feeling great. It's all the ritual of a drink without the regret. Discover RK at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, the spirit without the alcohol.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering up to 25% off windows and doors and 0% financing for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends April 30th, 2026.
ESPN New York is teaming up with Calandra's Bakery to give you the chance to win a pair of tickets to see New York take on Charlotte Sunday, April 12th at Madison Square Garden. Entering is easy. Stop by Calandra's Bakery on Bloomfield Avenue in Caldwell, New Jersey, anytime between March 4th and April 7th to enter in person. Full details and contest rules are on the ESPN New York app. Don't miss your shot to be there live. Brought to you by Calandra's Bakery in Caldwell, home of fresh-baked classic Italian pastries and traditions baked daily.
All right. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. ESPN New York YouTube channel. They call this People in the Know. So leading up to the draft, I will speak to some people in the know who are, guys who are talent evaluators, guys who are coaches in NFL and college, guys who have an idea of what they're doing when it comes to drafting. I'm smart! That's me. I'm smart, like Fredo. So I've got two for you today. And I think we would both agree that when it comes to the Jets and Giants, the Jets at 2, the Giants at 5, but even the Jets at 16, one of the discussions will be around wide receiver. And certainly for the Jets at 2, the discussions are going to be around Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles, David Bailey, right?
Yep.
How about this, about what one executive in the league told me yesterday, who will not be drafting this player, but this is about Arvell Reese. I think you're going to love this. Quote, a defensive coordinator's dream allows you to play with any personnel packages you want, length, size, but will grow to be a really big person, really gifted. His pass rush is raw, but has natural instincts on getting to the edges of blockers. Most people don't. When you see him, he stands out from everyone else. End quote.
Tell me this. Did you think he outshined Sonny Styles, or was Sonny Styles? I mean, it's weird because early on we've been talking Arvell Reese to the Jets, or Arvell Reese as the best linebacker. And then Sonny Styles goes out there and he puts up more impressive workout numbers. But then when you look closely, you're like, they're exactly the same size.
So here's what he said about Styles. Quote, stud as a person, NFL team captain personality, freak size, got dramatically better all year long, played his way into the top 10 all year long.
Yeah, but what I'm asking is, who's the better player?
From my take on his tone and the way he was talking about it, I took it to mean Reese.
Right.
I took it to mean that Reese just lets you do so many different things with what his abilities are, that's invaluable to a defense.
See, but this is crazy for me because the same thing I feel like with the 40 time that you just saw Styles run, that lets you know that you can do just as much with him in the big sub package. Like, that means that he can come in and instead of you putting the safety down there like Kyle Hamilton can still play there. You know how Kyle Hamilton plays down by the ball. They blitz him off the edge. They run the pick plays with him and all that stuff.
Yep.
Sonny Styles is bigger than him, but he's faster. So why can't he be just like we looking for the next Michael Parsons? We're looking for the next Kyle Hamilton too. So I ask myself, in pairs, who would be the better player if I'm the Jets?
So
right?
Do you want to know the Downs evaluation then? Do you want me to throw you that one too?
Absolutely.
All right. Downs. One of my favorite safeties in college football the last 3 years. They cannot praise him enough, meaning the Ohio State people.
Mm-hmm.
He's not as tall, long, or sudden, but probably better than all of the other safeties. Probably better than all of them, meaning as the best player in the draft. He thinks
Correct.
Downs is the best pure player in the draft.
See, so that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the difficult part, right, for any talent evaluator. Because all the players that we're talking about, whether you're talking about Michael Parsons, he didn't go number one, right? We're talking about Kyle Hamilton. He fell to the Ravens, right? But he's become the best player probably out of that draft as far as playmakers. So you have to ask yourself, do you want to take the measurables as far as size, speed, or do you want to take the best player? That's what you have to ask yourself. Because it sounds to me like what you're trying to tell me is that Downs is the best player. Reese, Styles, higher ceiling potential-wise because of their gifted athleticism. But we rarely see the best athlete be the best player.
All right, now this one I'm hearing a lot more of. But when you think of the receivers, you think of Tate immediately, right? You think of Mekhi Lemon, and you think of Jordan Tyson.
Yeah, I've heard Jordan Tyson. People think it's the best.
This is the Jordan Tyson evaluation. A baller, hasn't even scratched the potential, freaky ability to separate. He's on a whole nother level than the other receivers.
Injuries.
Here's the thing about the injuries. So 2 years ago, or 2.5 years ago, it was torn ACL. Then it was broken collarbone, which, I mean, broken collarbone,
yeah, whatever.
that's going to happen.
That can happen to anybody.
This year, the hamstring. The hamstring happens, but he tries to play through it, and he hurts the other hamstring. So he kept trying to play, and the point was, like, and you have to be careful sometimes when you talk to college coaches because it benefits them to talk up their players because if their players go in the first round, that's good for recruiting, right? Said that the Arizona State staff was not full of it when it came to the guy Tyson. That absolutely loved him above and beyond everybody else. This one guy did.
You know, I respect Connor Rogers, you know, because that's what he does. You know, over there with SNY, I saw him yesterday. He was doing some stuff with Chris Sims, and they have their show over there. And I know that he's been heavily invested in ranking these players. He's had a podcast. Maybe I asked him to come on. He's done a podcast and all that stuff.
Now, this is Connor Rogers or Connor Hughes? I know. See, I want to have, like, we could have this discussion. They did a bit on Saturday Night Live a few years ago. Is this Dermot Mulrooney or Dylan McDermott? Is this Connor Rogers
is this Cam Jordan
or is this
Jordan
Connor
Cameron?
Hughes?
I used to always get Jordan Cameron and Cameron Jordan mixed up.
Exactly. I don't know if it's Connor Rogers or Connor Hughes because they're both doing it. And they're both doing it at SNY.
No, I'm talking about see, now you're making me mess my guy up.
I didn't mean to mess your guy up. I didn't mean to do that.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, Connor Rogers.
Connor Rogers, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, man, we've been working with each other for 3 years. I messaged, how I don't not know. Yeah,
no,
Connor Rogers.
No, it's my bad.
He gets you second guessing. It's easy.
Yeah,
because
I'm the one sitting here telling you that if you put the two of them in front of me,
but one,
no offense, guys, and I think they're great information.
But one has the great hair.
I would not be able to tell you who was who.
Connor Rogers has the great hair.
And I mean that as respectfully as you can.
But it's easy. You just go, hey, Connor. Hey.
Well, yes.
Yeah. But this is the thing. I did a show, the free agency show. I did it with them.
Yeah.
With both of them.
Yeah.
So you just say Connor the whole time, you're good.
So I was just treating it like sinners. Like, all right, smoke and stack. Like, all right, well, you red because you got red hair. And then, you know what I'm saying? Because Connor Hughes got red hair. Connor Rogers got perfect hair.
And
different.
And that is how I became Baby Buddha. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
It feels like everyone's sick right now. You aren't imagining it. Doctors say this is the worst cold and flu season in 25 years, and it's not over. I was just traveling. It was like everyone around me was coughing, sneezing, and sick. I can't afford to get sick, and I doubt you can either. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. Having a medical emergency kit is like having urgent care and pharmacy right in your home. It includes essential prescriptions like generic Z-Pak to help you get well faster, plus important antibiotics to treat pneumonia, strep throat, sinus and ear infections, nausea, even UTIs, and many more common and serious illnesses. It's your kit the moment you need it. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's genius. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. I can save you $45 when you use my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. Again, save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
DiPietro and Rothenberg's NFL Draft Couchcast, April 23rd, exclusively on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
1-877 Cars for Kids, KS.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
With Xfinity, you already enjoy ESPN as part of your TV lineup with live games, daily sports coverage, and expert analysis. And now, the ESPN Unlimited plan is available at no additional cost, giving you access to additional ESPN content in the ESPN app, including more must-see action like WWE Premium Live events, on-demand programming, and originals to explore. Visit Xfinity.com/your subscriptions to activate ESPN Unlimited access. Then start watching in the ESPN app. More from ESPN, all in one place.
Adam Schefter here. Did you know the average employer sorts through about 250 resumes for one job opening? Well, if you're hiring, here's good news. You can now review resumes and applications faster thanks to ZipRecruiter. With ZipRecruiter's new feature, qualified candidates who are very interested in your job show up at the top of your list. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site based on G2. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin.
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
That's right, where you can leave your comments. You can get involved in the show. It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. We haven't had it in a couple of weeks because he's been away on vacation, but it is 12 noon. We have been stuck with a nearly dying Tom Bauer.
Oh, God.
That's almost like me choking and dying at the. Not quite. I had you beat.
Laryngitis. May I, Tom? I'll let you call it, Tom. How many you want? How many hours you want?
I want. How long were you in Africa for? How many days?
I think 12.
Yeah, let's at least try and get to double digits.
Okay. You want 12?
What time is it?
It's the power hour. Hour, baby.
That's how. And he caps it off with a creepy ending. As good as can be.
Yeah, baby. Tom, you got to say it with your diaphragm, son. Learn how to say it with your chest.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. I will say I missed it, and that's good to have back. That's very good to have back. We have been spending a lot of time today talking about Dexter Lawrence and the fact that he has demanded a trade. We haven't talked as much about the Knicks win in Atlanta, so I want to go there for a few minutes. A couple of things off of that. Number one, how about Michael Malone taking the North Carolina job, getting the North Carolina job? So now if the Knicks do go out in the first round and talk about firing the coach, which I don't see is going to happen anyway. I don't think they're going to lose in the first round, and I don't think if they did that they would fire the coach this time.
Why?
Because I don't think Jim Dolan would want to admit that kind of mistake. He then turned more to the.
It's obvious.
Maybe toward the GM or probably more toward the players.
It's obvious. Like Tibbs, if they don't make it past the second round, I'm looking at Mike Brown like, hey.
I don't know how you wouldn't.
And remember, this is supposed to be a weekend East. Now, I don't know who's better, this year's Pistons or last year's Indiana, but you would think the Big Bad Wolves with the healthy Tatum and the Drew Holiday, even though Drew Holiday was hurt, it's perceived that this is supposed to be a weak cakewalk for the Knicks.
Exactly. Things have changed. Things have changed dramatically over I'd say the last month and a half to 2 months. Number one, the fact that the Celtics have done what they have done all year, that Jaylen Brown was as good as he was all season to make sure they didn't go into the tank for the year and put them into this position. So now it wasn't so much just worried about facing the Pistons as late as you can in the process, but now you have to face them both. I mean, at some point, you're going to have to face them both, and it's not going to be in the first round. So I don't think you can really worry about kind of navigating that. You have no other choice. There's nothing to it. And, Bart, I keep going back to this. And it frustrates the Knicks fans, even though I'm very encouraged by that win last night on the road. I thought that was a good win. I look at the Knicks right now, and I compare it to last year's Knicks, and the biggest difference is expectations.
Yep.
There were not expectations of last year of going to the conference finals, and then you beat the Celtics. And we all tend to forget how they beat the Celtics. They beat the Celtics with Boston blowing back-to-back historically bad leads with, 19 and 20 points apiece in those games. And the statistic, not that I had forgotten, but just needed a refresher on in those first two games, they shot 25% from three in those first two games. They were so bad in missing open shots, and they took 100 threes in those first two games and shot 25%. I think when you look at those two things, you realize how exceptionally fortunate, not lucky, but fortunate the Knicks were to be able to take advantage of that in that series.
Well, sometimes you have to look at the entire story. And listen, you make no mistakes for no excuses for any team. But also keep in mind that Drew Holiday was injured last year, and also Jaylen Brown.
But he played through it.
Yeah, but it's still a bit.
I understand, but if you're on the floor, I'm not gonna. You're out there playing.
No,
I don't want to make excuses.
But it was clear that he was injured. It wasn't like we hear that he's injured. We could see it in his play. What I'm speaking to is this year, Tatum may not be what he is, what he's going to be, and who he normally is, but he's more healthy than Jaylen Brown was last year. And I want to say that Jaylen Brown is playing better than he ever has before. So I think that even though the names are different, I think this may be a more difficult Boston team to play against than the one last year, because the one last year had great names, but they didn't have great health. This year, I think this Boston team is healthier than it was last year, which poses a more difficult journey or path for the Knicks to get to the championship. That's all I'm saying.
I don't disagree. I think this became a lot harder in the last month and a half, and not just because of Tatum.
And this is before, you're right, this is before Tatum.
I mean, they made all those trades because they did it for the money at the time, because they were going to be so far above what the cap was.
And we thought, they said they bowed out of the luxury tax.
So the Knicks now, I do wonder if there's any part of you, when you watch a game like last night, yes, they do a really good job in going out and winning, that Brunson put the team on his back when he needed to, that I felt like even though the numbers for Towns are just Townsian, 21 and 11 and 6 assists, I thought he was particularly good and aggressive in spots when he needed to be last night on both ends of the floor. Bart, I wonder if there is a matchup in the first round that you do not want, and is it the Hawks based on what we saw last night?
I mean, I don't know if I want the Hawks and I want Charlotte. I think the first one, you want to work your way in.
I mean, they're not likely to get Charlotte at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I think you want Toronto because you just match up. R.J. Barrett and the Toronto Raptors, I don't think it's ever beaten the Knicks. I don't think they had one victory against the Knicks.
No, the Knicks have owned Toronto.
So, I mean, that's what you want. It's almost like, you can bank that. It's like when the playoffs started, for baseball, and you saw, who the Yankees got? Oh, they got the Twins. Barbecue chicken. We'll make reservations for the next round.
I shouldn't speak that cleanly about Charlotte because the Sixers hold the tiebreaker over them. But right now, Toronto is in the 6th spot.
Yeah.
All right. So, but it's only by a half game and one game in a loss column. Toronto is 43 and 35. The Sixers, Hornets, Magic, all 43 and 36. So it's still possible. I don't want to play, You're right. I don't want to play Charlotte in the first round.
They just young and bold and just
they
don't know what they know.
Do the Heat bother you? Or not the Heat, excuse me, the Hawks.
I mean, they've been playing well.
They've been playing ridiculously well.
I mean, historic. I mean, they've been playing hot. They were one of the hottest teams, and they have the true leader in C.J. McCollum. Jalen Johnson is what he is, but I think they're a dangerous team, and you have to respect Snyder and what he is as a coach.
That was only their third loss since February 20th. Only their third loss since February 20th. They were 27-31 at one point, and now they are 45-34.
And we're going to start getting
18-3 since.
We're going to start getting into strength of schedule and all that type of stuff. How many more games is left?
Well, for most of them, it's pretty much 3. There's, like I said, Toronto's got 4 left right now.
Yeah, it's pretty much a done deal.
Yeah. But, listen, they're still jockeying there, and I thought this was interesting what they were talking about last night, and I know Jordan Cornette was one of the announcers, but when I flipped it over, I couldn't tell who the other color commentator was on the NBC feed, the Peacock feed. Who was the color guy?
Austin Rivers was there.
It was Austin Rivers. Okay. Was that also Brian Anderson doing it, or somebody else doing a play-by-play?
I'll have to double-check on
All
that.
right, that's fine. Anyway, that's not that important. The Austin Rivers part of this that he was saying was what you're seeing here between these two teams is one team in the Knicks that has been here before and understands about how to win these kind of games and has players that are prepared for it, and you're having the Hawks who, first of all, are playing amazing, but they still don't know who that guy is when it matters the most right now.
Correct.
So I'm not particularly worried about playing the Hawks. I'd be a little bit more concerned by the Sixers if there wasn't already an issue going on between Embiid and management again. Like, it's just Embiid is so back and forth on when he's playing and when he's not playing and when they're going to list him as possible to play and when they're not going to list him as playing. Like, he's so annoyed with them. They're so annoyed with him.
Feels like the Zion thing all over again.
Yeah, except, a guy who that shouldn't be a thing with. Like, you shouldn't be beefing with the guy over that at this point.
Yeah, and we know how limited he can be. I mean, he put up a good performance yesterday against Wemby. Wemby out yesterday with some ribs on his barbecue.
Wemby out after getting barbecued the other night. How about Jokic now? 3 times has gone for 40 against Wembanyama. And he was the way on that fadeaway on Sunday night. He was kind of chuckling in his face.
You talking about Embiid?
No. I'm talking about Jokic.
Okay.
The shot he hit in overtime,
the fadeaway
to win the game.
Oh my God,
was unbelievable.
And right over Wembanyama, and just kind of had a smile on his face, kind of chuckled at him.
Yeah.
That's 3 times he's put up 40 on Wemby this year.
See, it's the beef.
I'd want a night off too.
It's the beef that gets to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because yesterday, Joel Embiid with the step back, release rotation splash from 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still not big that way. He's long and he can recover, but like, if you put that body on him, you wear him down a little bit.
Well, you can wear down Embiid. So, like, even with Paul George back, I'm not really that worried about the Sixers.
Yeah.
I'm certainly not worried about Toronto in any way. The Hawks would be the only one that be like, they may not know what they don't know.
Exactly.
And that's what makes them a little bit dangerous.
But you feel like, Atlanta's like a year or 2 away.
Could be.
It's crazy because who's the guy that they traded for? They traded for from the Spurs, Murray. And like all those guys they traded for, we thought they had a team. It was going to be built a certain way. They just blew it up, like quickly.
They didn't screw around. But that's what we talk about, right? And listen, I'm not going to sit here and name the Hawks executives as executives of the year or anything, all right? But the good ones move quickly. They evaluate it. Was this a mistake? All right, let's move on. Let's get it. That's what Howie Roseman does. You don't double down on it. Like, you don't trade away 5 first-round picks. He has a subpar year, and then you pay him.
Yeah.
That's not what you do.
You're like, man, they traded for Murray. Look at all this money they gave him. And they gave him an extension. Like, oh, he's going to be here. Nope. I think he did with the Pelicans or something.
People ask, what are you doing trading face of your franchise, Trae Young? Well, they knew what they were doing.
They knew absolutely what they were doing.
He was getting in the way of the growth for Jalen Johnson, but I never knew this.
Jalen Johnson is beast.
I never,
oh, my God.
But I never knew this Walker guy was that good.
Alexander Walker, yeah. I mean, listen, there were a couple of shots down the stretch where definite heat checks in spots where you don't have to be a heat check. Listen, we get it. You hit the three from the corner, but then an off-balance left-handed attempt to throw it off the glass, falling backwards, and you hit the side of the backboard. We don't need to see that.
Like, come on, Ice Tray.
Exactly. If I just throw it in the zip code, it's going in. That's what that shot was. And then one other thing, if anybody is actually curious about it, if you are still thinking that they would have a shot at the 2 seed, this is what needs to happen. And they do, but they don't.
Do they care?
I don't know. But if people do care, here's what has to happen. They have to win out the rest of the way, and Boston has to lose tonight against Charlotte. So just pay attention to that game if you care that much.
That's going to be a good game.
Celtics Knicks.
Huh?
It's Celtics Knicks. That's okay. Boston plays Charlotte tonight.
Yes.
Tomorrow
I'm saying
night.
the Knicks have to win out, and then, which would include beating Boston, because the Knicks already have the tiebreaker right now. They've beaten them twice. And if they beat them a third time, they'd have the tiebreaker there.
Yeah, and the Knicks don't play until Thursday against Boston.
Right. So my point is, if the Knicks win the rest of their games and Boston loses to Charlotte tonight, the Knicks could be the 2 seed. All of that, probably unlikely. Probably unlikely.
Crazier things have happened, though.
Yes. Crazier things have happened, but probably unlikely. Bart Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. Pluto Nash, why was the Hawks arena louder than MSG for the Knicks? I will give credit to the Hawks fans. They made that a pretty difficult environment last night.
I mean, Atlanta fans in general are crazy fans, man. They're young fan bases. They go Waka Flocka, man. Maybe
but they don't show up when that team's not very good.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not a great sports town from that standpoint. But you're right. Listen, when they're there, they are there.
They're Braves, and they always seem hyphy for the Falcons.
Primo Sabe, Knicks have 2 nights before facing the Celtics. Knicks have all of their games at home left. Not worried about Toronto. Sixers will put up a fight, but the Knicks can handle them in a series.
That's true. Listen, everything comes back to what Bridges is or isn't. I don't care what it is. He's the X factor. If he plays well, if he's aggressive, if he's great defensively, if he has another level, like sometimes we see, how we talk about playoff Jimmy. If we can get a playoff Bridges, then we got a shot because he's the missing piece. He's the link. He's the linchpin. He's the Carter key. He's what you need for this team to be one and whole. And he has to figure out, and his role may be something totally different depending on what the opponent is. But whatever it is, he has to be the guy that has to be a chameleon to morph into what they need for that series.
Here is Mike Brown last night on on how big of a win that was.
For our guys to not get rattled at any point in the game, even before that, was huge, especially down the stretch on the road. So I applaud our guys for hanging in there and staying positive and just trying to find a way to get a win on the road.
I will say that was a game last night where they could have packed it in, and they didn't pack it in. And they found a way to get a win that I think was exceptionally impressive. When you're going down the stretch of the season and you've been an inconsistent team like they have, I think that is a very positive one to have for your mindset.
Yeah, start, closing games out the right way, playing the right way, knowing what your sets are, knowing who's going to take the shot. Everything is in preparation. I think at the end of the day, the Knicks, I think, are arrogant enough or cocky enough to believe that, hey, we don't care who we play. It's not about them. It's about us. And it's about how we play. So let's figure out how we're going to play, how we're going to close games out. And when you have a veteran group that's been together, it's levels to it. And let's see if they can take their level back up to where they need to be, opposed to some of these young teams that don't know what it takes to win. I mean, they ran into a team last year in the Pistons that were not as experienced, and it showed. A lot of those games, the tight games, not knowing how to close games out, not knowing how to close halves out, not knowing how to finish quarters. I think that, they may, if they go against the Hawks, that's a team like that, and I think they don't worry about the Raptors. But they're going to have to beat some teams, and they were supposed to be the favorite. The crazy part is I wonder would they be favorites in a lot of these series, even though they may, be the lower seed?
It's a good question. I mean, do you think they'd be right now? The last check in terms of
I'll put them over the Pistons. I mean, why if K? Nobody knows what K is going to be coming back.
That's what I was going to ask you next. What are your feelings about Cade at the moment and about the Pistons?
I mean, I don't know. Are they? I'm assuming that he's not going to get an opportunity to play.
A couple of days ago, they said less than a week. About a week
is
before
it less?
he come back.
But is it a less than a week before the season? Do you want to give him a warm up game?
He won't be coming back in the regular season.
No, they're not going to play him in the regular season.
Right. So see, I would have wanted to play him in the regular season for like 10 minutes to get some of the rust off. You know what I mean? Like get him in it. Like you can have all these simulated games, all these practices, but he's not old enough to kind of know how to turn it on. So I would give the Knicks the advantage.
See, here's the thing. If you look just across the board, the teams to win the finals, okay, or even just to win the conference, Celtics right now are the favorites to win the conference at plus 175.
That's crazy. When did that flip?
I would say about 3 to 4 days after Tatum got back, maybe even sooner.
And they saw
Yeah. Because Tatum in that first game back had 10, 5, and 5.
Yeah.
And then the next game, he had a bigger game. Cleveland is second.
Wow.
At plus 340, the power of Harden. It's amazing.
People don't believe in the playoff curse.
That is a guy that time and again has shown us who he is in the playoffs.
He's like Drake.
And people are still getting suckered in and betting on him.
He's like Drake. You know what I'm saying? Show up to your game, you definitely losing your championship.
Pistons are third. Plus 490.
That's crazy that there's so much belief. And you look at, the players that have stepped up. Duran is taking it to another level. So, they still only lost a couple games. When he's been out.
I would not sense that you would have lost a ton of confidence in the situation.
No, because I think Cade comes back, and I think Duran showed that he can be the main guy. But mainly it's the Jenkins kid that came up, and, he went from averaging 7 to averaging 20.
And then finally, the Knicks are the fourth favorite in the East. Just to win the East. At plus 500, 5-1 right now. Would you take the Knicks at 5-1 to win the East, but 20-1? They are 20-1 to win the championship right now. 20-1 is a good price.
Just the fourth best odds to win the East. That's disrespectful.
Here's the thing, though. They're not heavily separated. The Sixers are right behind the Knicks. And they're at plus 1,900 to win the conference.
It's the Cleveland thing for me, man.
Yeah, I would agree.
I'll take the Pistons because they got the best record in the East. I'll take Boston, the heart of a champion. But, man, Cleveland?
Cleveland's tough to swallow. Cleveland's very tough to swallow.
What are we talking?
It's a head scratcher. It's
ugh. I would not touch Cleveland with a 10-foot
ball. We know Harden's playoff woes, but what about Donovan Mitchell?
I mean, how many of them can we have? Can we just throw them all on one team? All the guys who have been bad in the postseason?
Second round exit.
It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, where you should be subscribed, my friends, because you can stream the entire Weekday Lineup live. Watch complete replays or just catch up fast with can't-miss highlights. Jump into the live chat, react in real time, and make your voice a part of the show. Subscribe to ESPN New York on YouTube now and stay locked in so you never miss a moment. There are, let's see here, people are trying to make the point that there were a lot of Knicks fans in Atlanta. Tutty Time checking in on the chat. There are tons of New Yorkers who have moved to Atlanta since the late 90s, so there were a lot of Knicks fans in the building.
Atlanta's like Wakanda, bro. It's more Detroit people in Atlanta than it is Detroit, too.
And also Pluto Nash, they're not tourists on their phones making TikToks. They're into the game at that point.
Yeah.
800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. Tsunami also says Vegas completely disrespecting the Knicks. I hope they use this to fuel their game. I don't think they need to. I don't think they need to. I think they probably have plenty of fuel.
Listen, it's jobs on the line.
And yes, there are.
Get out of there quick. Giannis to be here before you can say Wakanda.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Prizes, flyaways, even Cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
Time to bench those other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build a winning team. With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire, you get to hire the right fit for any role fast. That's because ZipRecruiter's smart matching technology starts showing your job to qualified candidates immediately. You can also apply filters and add screening questions to your job post to help you save time in scouting first-rate talent. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can instantly unlock contact info from a roster of top candidates. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have trusted ZipRecruiter to hire. And check this out. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site in the game, based on G2. So, if you need to score the best, go with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
If you manage an active facility, you don't have time for disruption. Tricon Construction specializes in working inside healthcare, commercial, and industrial buildings without shutting operations down. That means tight planning, clear communication, safe, disciplined execution, because when patients are inside, when tenants are working, when production can't stop, there's no margin for mistakes. When it has to be handled professionally and handled right, Tricon is the only choice. Visit TriconBuilds.com, TriconBuilds.com.
Attention, New York Verizon mobile customers. Score a massive win with award-winning Fios home internet for an incredible $20 a month, guaranteed for 3 years. Switch today for savings you can count on. Call 1-800-VERIZON now. For new Fios customers with autopay, mobile and home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. 3-year price guarantee applies to the Fios base monthly rate only. Additional terms apply.
Hey, this is Chevy, managing partner at Precision Solar. We believe going solar should be simple, and it should make real financial sense. We manage the entire process from start to finish and offer flexible solar payment options designed around your goals. When the numbers work, solar can lower your monthly cost and give you predictable energy for decades. And if you refer someone who installs with us, you can earn up to $1,000. Visit PrecisionSolar.com to schedule your free home assessment.
FanDuel has your back with a special mulligan bet back token this week in golf. Once the tournament starts, you can turn any losing bet into a bonus bet for another try. Now you've got protection to take that sleeper pick or make a bold prediction. Backing someone to win it all? Go for it. Like someone for a top 5 finish? Like it with confidence, because if it doesn't hit, you've got that mulligan in your back pocket ready to go. That's FanDuel.com/local to claim your special mulligan bet back token. Once the tournament starts, you can turn any losing bet into a bonus bet for another try. Now you've got protection to take that sleeper pick or make a bold prediction. Backing someone to win it all? Go for it. Like someone for a top 5 finish? Like it with confidence, because if it doesn't hit, you've got that mulligan in your back pocket ready to go. 21 or over, physically present in New York, option required. Refund issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max refund $5 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply, including token expirations. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Finish your high school diploma for you and your family. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
Smalls here. Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your 6 figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year 1 needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, they've seen it all. And they're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Dexter Lawrence wants out of New York, wants to be traded by the Giants, and theoretically wants a new deal. This is Adam Schefter this morning on Unsportsmanlike in reference to Dexter Lawrence and the Giants and how many teams are interested.
He'd like to be shipped out of town, and I think there's going to be teams interested, and the Giants will have a decision to make about whether or not they want to trade him. I don't think they're going to want to trade him, but they're going to be in a tough spot, and we'll see how they decide to handle it, because obviously I don't think he would have gone public with that if he wasn't kind of at the end of his rope. And I can tell you this, I do know that there are teams plotting it out already and circling to see whether there's a way that they'd be able to pry him loose from New York.
So what does that look like at this point? And the biggest question I have is, what is the actual value on Dexter Lawrence when he's coming off of what you would call a subpar year? He did not play well. I gave this stat earlier. I'll give it again. The Giants last year got 8.5 sacks from players lined up at defensive tackle. That was 27th in the NFL. In run defense, New York's 3.1 yards before contact per rush allowed ranked 31st. Only the Bengals were worse at 3.2. I mean, think about that. 3 yards before you even get touched. That's brutal. And that's with Dexter Lawrence.
And we thought this was supposed to be top. That's why everybody was so optimistic about what they thought the Giants were going to be last year, is because they're like, man, look at this defensive line, man. It could be the best in all of football. And you would think that you had 3 Pro Bowl caliber, All-Pro, like, caliber defensive linemen with the rotation coming in. You have a swing rusher in Thibodeau. You had Okereke. You went out and got the corner in Debo. You went and got the secondary help in Javon Hollins. We went earlier in the show. We went over like that where the money is going for, for the Giants, knowing that they're not paying their franchise quarterback. You would be surprised to realize how little salary cap space they have. Dexter Lawrence does 2 things. He allows them to address the position, I believe, because it's going to be a huge run on D tackles, like near the bottom of the draft. And if you're one of these teams like San Diego, who thought that they were going to go get some help, and they have plenty of salary cap space, like that's a hell of a piece to have. With the they got the kid out there, man, that's balling out that they didn't expect, and they haven't paid him yet.
Which one?
The Chargers. They got this the Samoan kid out there doing his thing. But the crazy part is they signed Dalvin Tomlinson. But Dalvin isn't going to impede you or stop you from signing Dexter Lawrence.
No.
You know what I mean? Dexter Lawrence, if you sign him as a piece that you're going to expect to be a building block for the next 4 to 5, 3 to 4 years. So, I mean, I would think Harbaugh, because they have the salary cap space to spend, will be a place, because his brother – They all about building the defensive line. They got Khalil Mack out there, and they got the I feel like all the small players' name is Tua. So like
there's are you talking about the linebacker Tuli Pelotu?
Yeah, man. He been a sack getting machine, and that'll just clear up. That'll allow you the same thing that he did for
13 last year.
Yeah, and like this dude like came out of nowhere, and you talk about how Dexter Lawrence. You can say he struggled. Did he? Or did he eat up 2 double teams for Brian Burns to be able to go get damn near 20 sacks?
Okay, but
it's all about how you look at it.
But when the run defense
that's
is
something
that
totally
bad,
different. Yeah, but also, what kind of coordinator did you have? Did you have a wacky D coordinator that didn't know what the hell he was doing? Obviously, if you fired him, right? So,
well, the Giants haven't wanted to pay him. They haven't wanted. He's wanted more money since last year.
He's the highest paid player on the team.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pay you to be the highest paid player on the team by more, and we still get our ass kicked.
Well,
sometimes change the scenery is just important.
Okay, but here's the big question for me. If the Giants go and they get John Harbaugh and they're trying to be better right away and think that they can take a major step forward right away, you think you can do that without Dexter Lawrence?
You
can do it with a couple of draft picks?
Depends on how you allocate it.
I mean, you have to get the picks right.
Okay, where Tom, anybody – Where's San Diego picking?
They're 22nd.
Okay, so 22nd, right? So ask yourself, 22nd, what may be available? So like, all we have to do is go to a mock draft right?
Yep.
Go to a mock draft, see what they have. What's the tackle? Because I feel like that's the time where the tackles going to start coming.
Where
off
are
the
we
board.
ever going to find a mock draft at this time of year?
I mean, you got Caleb Banks, you got Peter Woods, right?
Yep.
Like I would love to have it's not Caleb Banks or Peter Woods. Are they not Dexter Lawrence? As far as
I don't know, are they? Because Woods was a guy that
remember
last
he
year
got hurt.
Yeah, he had a massive 2024, but not as good of a 2025.
No, that's because he was out. He was injured the whole season. So if he would have played, you know what I mean? Peter Woods, Caleb Banks, I'm good with that. And then to save all that salary cap space, I think you'll be right on. I think you'll be right on point at 22 to get that, and you get a player maybe. I'm all with that.
Woods was not the one who was out this year because he was second-team All-American.
It was Banks.
Banks was the one that got hurt.
And who's bigger? He's massive.
Woods is 6'2", 298. Caleb Banks is 6'6",
yes,
327.
From Florida.
He had a foot injury this year.
Right.
Had surgery in September. He tried to play through it.
Right.
And then he had to get the surgery. That was the deal on him.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like we got capable people, capable body types. And then now you have a guy that's going to come in with humility, that's going to come in and play. And may not be Dexter Lawrence, but then what are you getting with the salary cap space that you get?
So here was just want to finish the thought. Here was the year on Banks. He was the guy with the better year in 24. Yes, this year he had the injury, and he only played in 3 games. In 24, 7 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks. And that's an interior defender, so you don't look at that quite as much.
But he's super massive, too.
Yeah.
So you talk about you want to stop the run, or you looking for a D tackle to try and go get sacks.
All right, so then talk to me here about if you're the Chargers taking Lawrence on versus one of those 2 kids with that draft pick.
Well, they have they have the money.
Yep.
2, they're in a division where they need experienced guys, war daddies that's going to try and win now. They got to deal with Bo Nix. They got to deal with Mahomes
when he comes back. Yep.
We now don't count the Raiders. They don't count. But
not
you
yet.
know what I'm saying? But you have to deal with that. And you have a veteran team because next year Khalil Mack is probably done. Khalil Mack's old as hell. He signed a 1 year, so you're going to get that money back. He's 1 year, $18 million. So you're going to get that money back. And now if you get an extension, you're going to prorate some of that money out. And you remember this is John Harbaugh. This is Timmy Toughnuts right here.
Yeah.
Right? This is a guy that he can't have enough big guys. I mean, his first 2 drafts, like bringing in Joe Alt, like he bringing in big guys.
If I have a chance to get a 1 this year and a 2 next year for Dexter Lawrence, I'm not blinking. Get it done and move on. He doesn't want to be here. That's very clear. So why don't let's not? Yes, you want to try to maximize his return, but let's not try to play any games here either.
And part of his return is the cash that you get back.
You save $13 million, and it's $13 million dead on your cap this year.
Right. You can live with that. And now you can go out and get a Juwan Jennings for $5 million. And now you got a tempo setter in the slot. Or you can go out and just sign DJ Reader. So you can draft Banks, sign DJ Reader at what? Sign DJ Reader 1 year, $8 million?
Something like that.
Look what you're doing. Let's say 2 years for 12 or 2 years for 14, but it's really, you see what I'm saying? DJ Reader's out there. DJ Reader's going to give you all the defensive stopping the run stuff that you need.
Here's the other thing, too.
And I think you go Sonny Styles.
Talking to that exec in the NFC yesterday in reference to just evaluating players and such. I asked about the overall take. He's like, the first 5 rounds of this draft are pretty similar. In other words, it's a little lighter than the last few years. A lot of guys staying in school and not nearly as deep as previous years.
Mm-hmm.
If I could do whatever I could to try to get those picks next year, I would almost want to do that. But if you're the Giants, you do need somebody right away to fill that hole.
sign DJ Reader. You're going to get money.
I get it. It's just, am I going to be nearly as good as I think I can be this year? Because the Giants are thinking about the playoffs. They are clearly thinking about the playoffs this year. And I think that's I think that's jumping the gun right now.
See, but you're getting 2 players for 1.
They'll be better because of the coach.
You're getting 2 players for 1. One you can sign,
but is
and one
the
you
one
can draft.
better than the 2? The one player himself is better than those 2.
But Dexter has been hurt, and Dexter's been playing like crap. So what Dexter are you getting? If you're getting last year's Dexter, you wouldn't get nothing for
there's
him.
nothing to talk. Listen,
anytime Carl Banks calls you out, like he don't really do that.
He doesn't do that.
I've been on the air for 13 years now. I've never heard Carl Banks individually call a player out to that degree, where it seemed almost like personal. It almost seemed like the team was saying to him, Carl, we don't know what's wrong with him. What do you think? Okay, I'll watch him more. Oh, nah, he's not respected. Anytime they're telling you your 3rd-round draft pick getting more action, more juice than you getting, then that's saying a lot. You want, and you're the highest paid player on the team. That comes with a level of responsibility and productivity that you have to have. And you get none of that from him, and his attitude is that he doesn't want to be here. So he's going to be a guy with a new coach. You know, remember what Aaron Glenn said? He didn't want him in the back of the meetings looking this way or that way with Aaron Rodgers. Well, what's the difference between Dexter Lawrence? Everybody in that locker room respects him. So if he's going to be Debbie Downer, he's going to be
but what's the number one thing you always tell me? Don't they respect you the most based on your play?
That's true, but
if he's not playing well,
but he's played well. He's a name. Yeah. So like he hasn't lost his respect yet. Everybody has down years and all that stuff, and then people in that locker room may even make excuses for why he hasn't had the productivity. So then he gets a free pass. Now, if he does it 2 years in a row, that's a totally different thing. But like I said, when I was here, Rex got rid of Abe Elam. He got rid of Keon Coleman. These were all starters. He got rid of guys quickly and replaced them. And it doesn't matter how good he is. Like, hell, we had to get rid of Chris Jenkins. Chris Jenkins got hurt 2 years in a row. We got rid of him. That's Chris Jenkins. Dexter Lawrence, good player. He ain't never been Chris Jenkins.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Wow, that's a lot of distractions. Why don't you just focus on the road? Relax, I'm a great driver. What about other drivers? Not everyone's a great driver.
I can watch out for them. I'll be fine.
Watch out! In 2023, more than 3,200 people died due to distracted drivers. Keep your eyes on the road. This message brought to you by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Make cancer screening a part of your annual healthcare routine. New York Presbyterian offers a full range of cancer screenings, including lung, cervical, prostate, colorectal, breast, and more. Regular cancer screenings could save your life by detecting cancer at its earliest, most treatable stages. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester. Learn more at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Chris Carlin with you. Glad to be joined right now by Taylor Canfield. He is the U.S. Sail GP team driver. And we are all getting ready for the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming up at the end of May. Taylor, how we doing?
Yeah, we're excited for the home event in New York. And, can't wait to be there and racing in front of all the fans.
Tell us why fans should be excited for the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix.
The racing is just so exhilarating coming in and watching it from the storyline of Governor's Island and in front of the Statue of Liberty, racing in one of, the biggest, most amazing cities in the world. I'm getting the goosebumps just talking about it. And, these boats are, the fastest boats in the world, racing, with the best sailors in the world. It's really cool. And it's going to be so electric in New York. And yeah, it's our home event this year. So we're pumped.
We are pumped as well. Taylor, we appreciate your time. He is U.S. Sail GP team driver Taylor Canfield. We're looking forward to the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming at the end of May. Taylor, thanks.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
You're sitting at a red light or stuck in traffic, and your phone lights up. Maybe it's a text, a video call, a new post, or a quick notification you think you can check in a second. It feels harmless, but the truth is, once your eyes leave the road, you're not really driving anymore. And traffic doesn't pause just because you do. That split second of distraction can throw off everything. Your reaction time, your awareness, your ability to avoid someone else's mistake. You could damage your car, injure yourself, or hurt someone you care about. Or you could get pulled over for a reminder that your phone isn't worth the risk. So before you start driving, make it easy on yourself. Put your phone on silent. Toss it in the glove box. Set it to Do Not Disturb. Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
Join DiPietro and Rothenberg Thursday, April 23rd for a special couch cast of Round 1 of the NFL Draft. Presented by Calandra's Bakery. The Jets and Giants have 3 picks in the top 16, and Rick and Dave will react live as the first round unfolds. From the big decisions to the big-time drama. Catch it all in this YouTube-only exclusive, and it's all from Calandra's Bakery and your home for football talk. ESPN New York.
(800-919-3776). As many as we can squeeze in before the top of the hour. The Michael Kay Show is coming up in just moments. Want to remind you, though, my friends, that with Xfinity, you already enjoy ESPN as part of your TV lineup with live games, daily sports coverage, and expert analysis. And now the ESPN Unlimited plan is available at no additional cost, giving you access to additional ESPN content on the ESPN app, including more must-see action like WWE Premium Live events, on-demand programming, and originals to explore. Visit Xfinity.com/your subscriptions to activate ESPN Unlimited access, then start watching in the ESPN app. More from ESPN, all in one place. Steve is in Putnam next on ESPN New York. Steve, what's going on, dude? How are you?
Very good, thank you, sir. 60-year Giants fan right here. 2 interesting thoughts on Dexy. First off, the Giants have had all these first-time head coaches since Dexter Lawrence has been there. And as far as I'm concerned, all of them losers. They finally get a proven winning coach in the building, and that's when Dexter Lawrence wants to leave? What does that say?
What it says is Dexter Lawrence wants his money, too.
Yeah, but also, Steve, yeah. I think he doesn't want to build something. He wants to be the addition to something right now because –
I mean, Jordan made an excellent point with the guys that are his buddies, Saquon and Leonard Williams.
Yeah, they all went into greener pastures, and it was instant success. It's almost like Dexter wears the same – carries the same weight that Quinnen. That's why Quinnen wanted out last year. Can Glenn turn around? Maybe. But I don't want to wait around because I've waited around already. I don't know how many coaches this is for Dexter. But at some point at 28, you're like, man, I want a chance while I'm still in my prime to be playing at a high level for a winning team. Like Leonard Williams went to a team.
That makes sense.
So Leonard Williams went out to Seattle, and he's a contributor. He doesn't want to be a guy that's just coming in and saying, oh, well, Dexter's real good at just doing this right now. And so let him do that. He wants versatility to be able to pick the quarterback that he wants to play with, the team that's where they are. That's why Quentin went to Dallas. He's like, man, I'm playing with no matter what, I'm playing with a great quarterback. And I'm playing with a team that's set on the offensive side. So all they need is what I do well on the defensive side. I hated being responsible for everything, right? Like I was on the side of the ball. My teams I was on always had a young quarterback or unproven quarterback, and we had to do everything. Like I only imagine like what it would have been like to play with Peyton, Brady, Breeze, Phillip Rivers, and he said, "Hey man, just keep him under 28." Like what? Just keep him under 20. Yeah, yes, sir, ball. I can do that. Like I had to hold him under 17. That's frustrating.
All of that makes sense, and it brings me to my final point here. If you're going to trade a guy like Dexter Lawrence, a known quantity, okay, why on earth would you trade him for just draft picks when those draft picks are unknown quantities?
Well,
I want a starting offensive lineman.
That's great that you want all that, Steve. It doesn't matter what you want.
Right.
Here's what I'll say. The one scenario that we have not brought up that we've talked about off the air, Steve is going to go through a laundry list of things that he wants. I want this, and it's like Spalding in Caddyshack. I want a hamburger, no a cheeseburger. I want a hot dog. I want a milkshake. You get nothing and like it. Here's what it is. We have brought this up off the air, but we haven't talked about it on the air very much. The Jaguars as a place.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Thomas Jr. What about Brian Thomas Jr., Bart, and a second-round pick next year? It doesn't help you in terms of the defensive line, but Brian Thomas Jr. and a second next year.
It's a deep offense. It's a deep defensive line, like in the second round, right? It's going to be a run on receivers. It's going to be a run on offensive tackles. Because this draft is supposed to be deep in offensive tackles.
Also deep in receiver.
Right, deep in receiver. So, I mean, I'm not concerned with that. I mean, if I get my receiver that's under contract for 2 more years or 3 more years, because you can pick up his 5th-year option to pair with his college teammate, which is going to make him happy and is going to be building around your guy. I mean, listen, in the back of my mind, no matter what you get, I'm getting DJ Reader. So DJ Reader is going to help with the void that he's not going to be. He's going to be like plugging Briggs in to the Quentin Williams hole. It ain't going to be as good, but are you better with a slightly less of a player at D tackle, but then a damn near 2 number 1 receivers out there now, which allows you to do something special with your first overall pick? Because now you can go get Sonny Styles. Is Sonny Styles behind DJ Reader better than I forgot they signed the guy.
Well,
too.
they brought McFadden back.
No.
The linebacker.
No. I'm talking about the Edmonds.
Oh, Terrell Edmonds, yeah,
right.
from
So,
Chicago.
So is that going to be better for my run defense, Sonny Styles and Edmonds and DJ Reader, or is it Dexter Lawrence and McFadden and Edmonds?
You brought something up before that just fascinates me, and I do not understand how this happens, but it happens. You have a talent like Dexter Lawrence, and you have a defensive coordinator. I'm not blaming him completely, but I would like to know from you how this happens. You have that kind of talent, and you have a defensive coordinator who has no idea how to deploy it and ends up probably leading the guy into having a bad year because you're not putting him in situations to be successful.
You see it all the time. You see it at Rutgers. You see it when you cover the Big Ten. Guys are good one year, get a different coordinator, they don't fit. Hell, you watched it here with Jonathan Vilma. Vilma was like, hell no. Vilma was a great player in his prime and went to New Orleans and had a great rest of his career.
I mean,
couldn't play here.
Say that about was DeMario Davis amazing here?
No, not at all.
He was not amazing here. And
he wasn't amazing
until
he got to New Orleans.
Yeah, exactly.
Like systems matter. Like being able to build a game plan around some of your best players, whether you see it or not, or develop them that way, is important. So like a lot of defensive coordinators and linebacker coaches with their techniques and their beliefs can really ruin a player, right? And Jonathan Vilma is a eye-opening example of that. He was not a 3-4 linebacker. He was a 4-3 linebacker. He went to New Orleans and damn near was a perennial Pro Bowler and won and a big part of the championship that they got out there. And he was the heart and soul of that defense.
You know what's next? The Michael K. Show.
What? Oh, damn. I didn't know this was his last bit, baby. Oh, time flies when you had 14 days off. It's like when you get back in the gym and you ain't worked out in a while, that first day you feel great. Second day, like, sheesh.
Yeah, it's exactly
when
like
that soreness kick in, like,
Oh, yeah, I got you. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
FanDuel has your back with a special Mulligan bet back token this week in golf. Once the tournament starts, you can turn any losing bet into a bonus bet for another try. Now you've got protection to take that sleeper pick or make a bold prediction. Backing someone to win it all? Go for it. Like someone for a top 5 finish? Lock it in with confidence.